hello, and welcome to Tales of Winternacht, Chapter 2 of our mini-series, Luck of the Draw, actual play D&D 5e mini-campaign. I'm Silver, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. With me are our players, who I will let introduce themselves tonight, starting with Ollie.
Hello, I'm Ollie, as previously mentioned. This evening I'll be playing Marquis, a wonderfully charming catfolk swashbuckler.
Dustin.
Hello, yes, I am Dustin. As also previously mentioned, uh, I am playing New Dijos, the very sly but intelligent echidna that wields a couple of swords that might do more harm than good sometimes.
AJ.
Hello, I am AJ, as mentioned before. I am playing Atlin, our peppy little bard boy. He is a fairy, and he is not wearing armor that would debilitate that ability in this miniseries. Thank you very much.
And Saga.
Hi, I'm Saga. As previously mentioned, I am playing our half elf shadow sorcerer, dreams druid, Caridwen, who does not, in fact, wear shoes for no other reason than shoes are part of the oppression, man.
I have no need for shoes.
I have.
But you own many just as a point. You take other people's.
To complete the cycle, I'm Silver, and I'm Silver as previously mentioned, I guess, and I'll be playing everybody else except for Tamerlane, as Conrad will not be with us tonight. Do I got to volunteer? And I'm gonna look at you, AJ, because you built the subclass, so
Sure,
nobody else is gonna have
yeah.
a clue what they're doing.
Sure, I can go ahead and do that.
Let
Let
me
me
clear
extend
it.
my window from this to be able to accommodate enough sheets.
But yeah, I keep Fantasy Grounds on the biggest of my two screens on the bigger one, just so I have all the space.
All right, so playing the part of Tamerlane will be AJ, as aforementioned. Ah, for those of you tuning in for the first time, I'd like to encourage you to check out our other material on our YouTube channel. Also, like to direct you to our Discord server and Instagram to join our community, interact with us. Links to all can be found in the About section of the Twitch channel. I also want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for amazing ambiance. You can hear the crickets or bugs of some sort, sound effects and music. Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition, the game we play. Tales of Winternacht is not sponsored by, nor are we an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our game do not in any way represent those of the companies. Tonight we will continue our giveaway. I'll give away a set of dice. It seems kind of odd to give away the set of stickers in a non-Sybil Spear session, so we're just going to stick with the dice. But we're going to go with these lovely silver dice. The reasoning for
Ooh.
the silver dice will become known at some point in time over the course of this session, most likely. To enter the giveaway, you just need to redeem 100 channel points, activate the enter giveaway option, and then join our Discord. You have to join the Discord because that's how we contact you to get your address to make sure that we can send you your prize, because sending dice out into the interweb does not work. It has failed on many occasions. We keep on trying, and we'd like to avoid that. So just give us an actual postal address. It works better. We will do the giveaway once we hit 110 followers. So, do you want to help us get to that count in order to get those lovely dice in your collection? Bring us some followers, yourself and anybody else you can find that would possibly be interested. We'd appreciate it. With all that lovely stuff out of the way, previously in Luck of the Draw. First time I get to say that.
You mean previously mentioned on Luck of the Draw?
Yes, that is 100% what I meant to say. The quiet crossroads town of Moonstream, as previously mentioned, played host to its usual nightly diversion, a game of Emperor's Fool at the only inn for miles, the Hollow Barrel. Locals gathered, drink flowed, and the bard Atlin filled the room with music, while players traded jests, coin, and suspicion. 4 of you, Caradwyn, Nudios, Tamerlane, and Marquis, were among tonight's contenders, joined by town regulars and a distracted elven merchant far more interested in the waitress than his hand of cards. But as the night wore on, tensions rose. Allegations of cheating saw the locals scatter, and Tamerlane, seeking rest in the stables, heard a scream from the alley. One by one, the rest of you followed, stepping out into the cloudy spring night. There in the alley, Tolliver Kren, worn, desperate man, knelt in the mud, clutching a heavy chest as 3 shadowy figures confronted him. Calm but firm human, flanked by his merfolk companions. Tolliver begged them to leave him and his family alone, claiming the object within the chest was too dangerous to return, and refused to part with it. Tensions escalated, words turned to warnings, and then Nudios acted. With a quick spell, he paralyzed the man, the merfolk twins, and even Tolliver, bringing the alley to a standstill. Tolliver's wife, Mira, eyes wide with fear, threw herself across the chest and pled for mercy. High above, Marquis watched from the rooftop of the hollow barrel and noticed, too late, the glint of steel in the night. On the opposite roof, a shrouded woman raised a crossbow and fired into the alley below. Now it's time to deal the next hand, as rain begins to patter gently across cobblestone, slate, and damp earth, filling the air with the scent of fresh rain and mud. The narrow alley behind the hollow barrel is dim and hushed as the tension builds. Scene frozen in unnatural stillness. The 2 merfolk and their steel-eyed leader standing motionless, their muscles locked by Nudios' spell. The Echidna wizard stands just before them, his eyes flicking between the unmoving forms and the chests they surround. At their feet, Tolliver, frozen in time with one hand on the chest and the other wrapped around his young daughter. The chest pulses faintly as a cloud of mist emits from it, covering the ground in the vicinity. To your left, the hollow barrel looms tall and quiet. High above, perched confidently near the rooftop's edge, Marquis watches from the shadows. Across from him, atop the temple of Noctalis, a figure crouches. A woman with dark hair and a gleaming crossbow narrows her eyes and adjusts her aim. As the breathless moment stretches, a twang slices the silence, and a crossbow bolt whistles from the temple rooftop, streaking through the rain toward Nudios below. As I'll have everybody roll for initiative.
Okay. Decent.
All right. Some good initiative rolls in there. And some not so much.
Third of my HP.
Unfortunately for you all, a lot of other folks in this encounter rolled really good initiative. So,
Mm.
Caradwin, as with your 20, puts you fourth on the list.
Oh wow.
Ah, one point I need to remedy, and I messaged Dustin about this before the session, was a lot happened from the time the hold person went into effect before we ended the session, and we never gave rolls on the saves against the hold person despite clearly more than 6 seconds passing. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to have them all roll once, and just assume they failed the other ones because most of them failed miserably anyway. I don't want to change the narrative, so
It is
DC
an
16?
interesting point. DC 16.
okay. And it was a wisdom?
Wisdom. I enacted a wisdom save.
That seems odd for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
Little
can't put my
ironic.
finger on it. Just feels weird.
Yeah.
Feels off.
It's fitting.
And since I am the one running the stream tonight, those out in Streamland, you get to actually see every roll that I do because I can't hide them. So everything's on the up and up tonight. You can't accuse me of fudging anything, good or bad. Sorry, folks.
You know, the idea of hold person is interesting, or any spell really, for a one-turn duration. Because 6 seconds is not necessarily the longest amount of time to do anything.
No, not really. Let's see, Mr. Tolliver.
Like, you spend all this time and energy to master this spell, and you can cast a giant fireball, or you can hold someone for...
Well, they are rolling miserably, so you're holding up. There's only one left, and
Nice.
they've all failed so far.
Oh, I mean, if they're not wise, then I guess they just are held forever.
The wisest one got to a 14. All right. So they will. You double check something. Not sure why, but I had the effects and. Oh, it's because I moved the timer. Nudios, do you want to drag the effect onto each of your targets? And then I will adjust the timer on it.
Okay. Let me see where it was. So I got Tolliver as well. That's my fourth person. Yeah.
Just going to adjust it down to there's 6 rounds left on it heading into this.
Okay. Did I miss a description like last session, or maybe not remembering? Where all these bodies come from?
So nobody really saw them before because they were blocked off by viewpoint. You're the only one that could see them, and your focus has all been right in front of you. So yes, they were not described. And for those that choose to go look things up, I'm not going to pretend that they were on the map before because they weren't. They were supposed to be, but they weren't. Some extra, more time to prep a map, get to put the extra stuff on there. So the crates, the barrels, the bodies were not on there before. window dressing.
That's horrifying.
They're just people taking a nap after drinking too much at the bar.
Yeah, they're just drunk. Don't worry about
Exactly.
it.
It's all fine. People laying down outside of a bar, isn't that a common occurrence? Come on.
Laying down.
Yeah.
Desiccated.
All right. Without further ado, cue the music and go find out how this crossbow bolt goes. As she is the top of the initiative order. As rain starts to pick up heavier, launch that crossbow bolt. Give me a dex save.
Dex save. Oh no. I mean. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing to be concerned about. Okay, sorry. I used the wrong thing, and that's not something that I can do. We'll save your deck save. There'll be another one later, and you can keep your 21.
The special tool that'll help us later. Right. I was about to ask because she fired a bolt at me. Like.
Yeah, she has a specific ability, but it has to be in a specific instance that has not been activated yet. So it has to just be a straight crossbow shot. In this case. Okay.
Probably better that it was gonna be the save. Because I don't have makeup. May I use shield as a reaction?
You can.
So did everyone get that?
The shield proc is nice.
That was
I like
wild.
it.
Can I click on it? Oh, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was cool anyway.
Yeah.
Use power? Yes.
Alright, shield moves
So-
your AC to what?
From 13 to 18.
Alright. It is a 23.
Oh shit.
So. Still have the shield up, but yeah, it's gonna be. Still going to go through and hit.
Oh, this is wild. Fantasy Grounds used to tell me what you rolled before I used my shield.
Alright. Roll for damage.
Nice. It rolled my concentration. That's fine. I don't really mind that it does it. It's gonna do it like itself anyway.
Okay. Oh my god. Nat ones on the damage roll of the additional
Nice.
damage she gets on the first round of combat. So a whole whopping 2 extra damage on top of the damage you already received.
Nice.
And then I need a con save.
It rolled my con save.
No, I need a separate con save. Not a concentration check.
Oh, okay. Heard. My bad. I'm
We do the same
invincible.
thing. Yeah.
All right. Um,
Or I am dun dun.
all right.
I am bees.
That's
We are
gonna be
bees.
it for the sniper on the roof. Is your hold person beginning or end of turn for when they can reroll?
At the end of each of its turns,
Okay.
the target repeats the save. Ending
So-
the spell itself on a success.
The male human that you were talking to before will attempt to reroll at the end of its turn. Nope. And we'll put it to Tolliver's wife.
We find out she's actually the dreamer.
No, that's gotta wait until at least next session.
Oh, okay.
She just goes and lays over top of the chest, but also is pulling down the little boy, and has him cradled underneath one arm while she lays across the chest with the other arm, and most of her body, and that's her turn. Caradwin.
All right. Caradwin is going to glance up at the sniper lady on the roof and being like, "It was really mean of you to just attack this snake person I just met." And is going to reach into her pouch and grab 3 small stones, cast magic stone on them, and is going to take one and just chuck it towards this lady's head.
Okay. You guys all might be noticing, this is something I pointed out to Saga pre-stream, that there's a little number underneath Marquis and the sniper. They're tokens that indicates their height. If you click a token, hold Alt and scroll up with your mouse, you can change the height of your token.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Does a
If it's
25 hit?
Does a 25 hit? No, absolutely not.
Immediately, Dustin sends his character to hell.
Burrow speed. Yes, 25
Now
hits.
you're going to hit me when I'm 300
Okay.
feet below ground level.
It felt natural.
I forgot to just click it onto her. There's 7 damage.
She
Move
impact
forward.
with this stone hits her in the side. She just kind of loses her balance for a little bit and just looks over at you with a sneer.
Caradwin's gonna wave.
Appropriate response.
And that's bonus action, some movement. That's the end of my turn. I have to open up the thing. Combat tracker.
Oh boy. Where did this archer shoot Nidijos?
Like where on his body?
Approximately, yeah.
Right shoulder? Or just behind it?
Alright. Nidijos will boil down in a sort of punch of pain. And then turn up to their right side and glare up at the archer. Still seeing that their concentration on all the people is holding up. They'll focus on this next person that's just appeared. First things first, we'll cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, that'll be mostly what's it called? There's mage armor. Also looking around and now recoiling at the sight of all of these bodies, looking at these people before him and going, what did you do? Are these people still fresh? I didn't ask.
Or so what?
Are they freshly dead?
Farm to table dead people.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Fantasy round 6 so weird now.
15? Yeah. Pretty fresh kills.
And also with that, could I deduce like what type of weapon? Sorry to fog up a little.
A few slashing wounds, as well as some piercing wounds.
Okay. Since they're all held, Nudijos is just gonna take. He's actually gonna take a step, like, trying over these bodies, kind of, trying to get like away from the sight of this like human on the rooftop, and that'll be his turn.
Right. Okay, Tolliver needs to make his save. Or fail his save as usual. I'll bring us to Tamerlane.
Tamerlane is going to go ahead and brandish their bow, as they are going to go ahead and move just a slight bit forward before going ahead and pointing right at the man in front of the family. Since this is a spell Fletcher, they are going to go ahead and they're going to go ahead and fire a Fletch. But seeing the family behind, it's going to go ahead and be a rhymed Fletch.
Not
So
something that
hopefully it
explodes and kills
causes-
everybody?
Yeah, not something that explodes and kills
Okay,
everybody.
well, you know. Just want to make sure you knew your options.
We'll also go ahead and kind of like extending the bow as it kind of frosts on the tip of the arrow. Just pull it a little bit further, and is going to go ahead and use sharpshooter. So take the penalty to the attack with the hope that it hits.
Okay.
So I'll roll it in the box since it'll be -5. Does an 11 hit?
On the male human, no, 11 does not hit.
Nope. I think it's a -5 penalty. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and fire just a normal longbow shot. This time not overextending it. As I don't know why it was rolled at advantage.
Because they're paralyzed?
Oh, nice. So would the first one have been technically at advantage too?
Should have been, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me re-roll the first one, just to see. I'll still take the -5 penalty to it.
Almost
Okay,
got the
does
20.
a 17 hit?
I think 17. Yes, 17 does hit.
Okay, cool. Then they're going to go ahead and take a +10 on this damage. So they take 19 damage, and then with a rhymed Fletch, they have the ice kind of paving around them. It's a 10-foot radius,
Okay.
and the target's knocked prone.
He's paralyzed and he's prone?
Yeah, he is. So then I will go ahead and roll the crit damage, I guess, which I don't know if it'll properly proc off of this, but that's the 7 base for the longbow.
Okay.
And then I don't know how to roll crit damage. It normally does it automatically for us.
It won't at this point. We would have had to have rolled it right away because it's cleared it out now. So,
Fair.
Just roll 1 die and then you add the max of the other die. So roll
Okay.
the
So
regular
then-
damage and then add an extra 8 on top of it.
8? Okay, then 15 damage on the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, Tamerlane will go ahead and set their bow to their side, and that will be their turn now.
Okay. Who's that put us to here? Marquis.
Yeah, so Marky's watching all of this sort of unfold. I'd like to introduce something which I've had, but I don't think we have a token for, which is that he'll sort of stand there, and then his familiar, who is a raven, will come down and sort of land on his shoulder. He's going to sort of look over where the person who fired is, reach into his pouch, pull out an item which he's going to have the raven sort of grasp in its talons, and then I'm going to have the raven fly out to 10 feet out from this rooftop, just in the middle here, and about 5 feet down.
There's a little... Looks like a bullseye with several circles up on the map toolbar. In the third set of things from the left. Next to the little person.
Bullseye. Target mode, yes, to show where it's going.
No, not the target mode. You want, to the left, there's a ping mode.
Ping mode.
It's got 1 extra circle.
Okay, cleared. Target friendly, target enemy. Target selection, ping. Perfect. Just about, it's going to fly out to here. About 5 foot down. So at about 25 feet up. Because I'm 10 feet higher than this person here, yes? So,
Okay. You
yeah,
should be able
in
to
the
move
middle-
that
yeah.
token. See if you can
Oh,
move
perfect. Yeah, hold on, let me go back to whatever one was supposed to be. Selection mode? Selection mode. Just there. So, midway, so it's 10 feet, 25 feet. And then what's going to be really amusing is the raven's going to fly there, and then it's going to turn invisible. As well as whatever it's holding. Yeah, I think then what he's going to do, he's going to try and stay hidden while he's up here. So I'll roll a stealth, I guess. Where's my skills? Where's my stealth like? It's not bad. Oh, it would have been not bad if... I have an inspiration. I'm going to immediately use that.
It doesn't do any good sitting on the sidelines.
That's what I'm saying. So, boop, get rid of that, and then I'll re-roll that stealth and hope for.
Nah, much better.
Nice.
So with that, and then I'm going to move. So I am just there. So I have 10 feet between me and the edge of this roof. I'm going to have my familiar hold this item. It's invisible. and then it's going to do something with the item. But you can't see what it is because it's invisible. So I'll message you and tell you what it's doing.
Okay.
And then I will maintain hidden up here, and that will. So, in order, basically, I'm giving the familiar the benefit of my action more than anything else.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to make an actual action, just so I can do this thing to set this up. And that will end my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to the first of the merfolk. Redo that wisdom save. This is the less wise one. And it shows. Now we'll go to the more wise one and see if it doesn't show. But hey, somebody's not frozen anymore. Find them.
All right.
But it's still the end of her turn. So, Atlan.
Atlan is... I feel like I need to go ahead and retcon something because I realize that we can't edit anything less than increments of 5 feet, but Atlan is almost always hovering, but it's still within the realm of the 5-foot square. So as I go ahead and fly upwards, that way I can go ahead and keep that straight moving forward. So it'll be... And he's going to move along with that 20 feet out, so just a straight 45 up. And producing out a little fiddle bow is going to go ahead and catch sight of the man on the roof and just give a little wave over and then
Woman on the roof.
pull...
We'll clarify.
Oh, woman on the roof. Sorry. The female human on the roof, yes. He's going to go ahead and pull back the bow, and a spectral one is going to appear right next to this woman's radius, and he is going to go ahead and cast Bone Fiddle on her. So I'm going to do...
AJ, you are muted if you're talking.
Oh, I'm using a different spell for it just to make sure that it rolls the con save.
Right, 14 was its roll.
14, perfect. That's a fail. So then it is going to go ahead and play her bones and cause this much slashing damage to her. And the bone fiddle keeps sawing on her bones, even though Atlan's attention shifts elsewhere.
Okay.
That's his turn.
Alright, that will put us back to the top of the order, because no, we are not having children in combat. Not this time.
Not after last time. They killed us.
Okay, so... Your bone fiddle was on... Okay, was on the female here. Yep, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna bonus action mark you. And then proceed to attack. Or attempt to, at least. 21 to hit?
A 21 would hit, but I'm going to go ahead and cast Psychic Backlash so that she has to roll the attack with disadvantage.
Okay. We'll try this again then. Would a 21 hit?
21 would hit, but now she has to go ahead and roll an intelligence save.
Yes, but
14?
Where she takes this much damage.
that was pretty solid.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
It still does hit me in the end, so meh.
So what was the first thing? The sidekick?
Yeah, the Psychic Backlash. That was a reaction spell.
Okay, so that was both things? Where it forced the disadvantage and then also did
And
the
then
intel
if
save.
they hit,
Gotcha.
they do an intelligence save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just following along. I thought you said sidekick something. I'm like, is this something from the subclass? I'm gonna trust you on that.
I pull out my familiar. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just trying to figure out, like, how did you do 2 reactions in here? But all right, maybe. Okay, good. It's 1 reaction.
It's good
all
spell.
that stuff combined. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage, and then if they still hit, then they take damage as a result of that.
Okay, so did that damage get put on her? I don't think so. There we go. Got it. Well, she'll fire again. $24 to hit.
Yeah, and I still take the damage from the 21. Too.
Okay.
The one that was rolled at disadvantage, because 21 still hits me.
Okay, so that's first attack was 12. And second attack was 7.
And then I auto-rolled my con check.
Yeah, if you want to roll your own con save, you can.
I don't know that I'm going
But
to do any better
basically,
than
be
9.
if you want to roll your own con save, then that will be the thing going forward. You will roll your own con saves going forward. So,
Yeah, so I'll have to roll against both of them then.
yeah, yeah.
20 and a 7, which would fail, so it would still be expired.
Okay, we're all good. We're all on the right page here. And was the effect that was on there there was a continuing effect that you were holding the concentration on?
Yes.
When did
yeah,
that trigger?
Because the bone fiddle triggers at the end of their turn.
End of their turn.
They get
Okay,
to make
so
a save.
it's
Yeah. So
okay.
it works.
Good. So we're all on the right page. All right. As she fires off her couple crossbow bolts, we'll move to the male human who's being shot despite he being paralyzed. Seems like a war crime, but it is what it is. So he is going to see if he can make his save this time around. He does not. Love that they fail to roll above a 10 almost every time, with the exception of the one. The wife is going to like just grab the coat of her husband and just like be yanking on the coat, trying to get his attention, trying to get him to move because she doesn't understand why he's not moving. But that's how she's going to spend her turn. So, Caradwin.
Caradwin, seeing all of this chaos going on, is like, all right, I have a better idea. And she's going to pull out her quarterstaff, where there's like these very nicely carved wooden flowers on it. Gonna walk up to about here, and is going to twin spell Shadow Burst. I'll just put out what it does. On the female merfolk here and the male human. So let me make
Blasphemy casting
Okay.
necromancy spells.
Failure. Pot of Gray. Okay, so yeah, I make an attack. Wait. Did I make an attack roll or not? Pot of Gray. Okay, I do, but it's because it also has. So I'll just use my magic stones attack. For. Ooh. That one was towards the male human, and this one is towards the female merfolk. Please be better. Does a 21 hit?
Oh yes, that hits her.
Alright,
And
so she
are we?
takes-
Is this the one over by the family, or is this the other female merfolk?
Oh, this is this one.
That one. Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 hits.
Yeah, gonna terrify the children. It's okay.
Don't get any on you.
Should you be rolling at advantage because they're paralyzed?
On that second one, but it hit anyway. But if you want to roll to see if you, well, it's crit on the spell, I suppose.
Well, cause is the male human still paralyzed? or
Yes, both of
Yeah.
those two are
Okay,
paralyzed
that's-
currently.
not? So can I try and roll again for him? Cause that was the 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the female human was the first target, the one you'd been shooting at before.
No, she's attempting to terrify the children.
Okay, fair.
All right, so we'll see. Does this one hit him?
Yes.
Does the 21 hit him?
Yes, 21
okay.
hits him.
Nice.
All right, and now they both have to make a Constitution saving throw. On failure, they have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. Let me just
Con
roll.
save on her.
They're never saving.
Takes 8 damage.
It was a 15 on the con save for the merfolk.
Did we ever decide if I was using wisdom for my sorcerer stuff or still charisma?
I think we decided you were using wisdom.
Okay, so then 4. Double check. My brain just stopped working for a second. So it's a 16 DC.
Okay.
Yeah, Cridwin kind of like using her quarterstaff almost like a bat, just like hits the shadowy goo at them, and it goes in both directions.
He had a 26 on his.
He passed.
He finally busted out a decent roll.
Yeah. Good for him.
He really didn't like the goo, but being frozen, he's cool with
Yeah.
that. Paralyzed, yeah, no big deal.
That's fair.
He's not wise, but he's sturdy.
As he should be.
That is my turn.
Okay. Nudios in the side alley with the candlestick.
Yeah, I am going to be in the side alley with my short sword and commit the murder. He is going to activate his Blade Song bonus action. A little flare of the blade comes up as he gets into his ready stance, and then the blade will come down onto this female merfolk. Alright, yes.
She is the unparalyzed one.
Yeah, so no advantage, but she is now a threat. Is an 18 hit.
18 does hit.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, 8 damage. Nice. I believe I have a second attack. Yes, I have an extra attack. Playing semi-martial characters. Hold on, folks. Yeah, I'll go for my next attack. Just first coming down, and then the second one just coming straight back up. Not wasting any movement on the slash. I assume a 23 will hit after that.
Yes, it will.
For a slight amount of damage.
Hey, that +4 makes all the difference.
Yeah, and with that, Nudios will not move at all, and he'll end his turn for his combat tracker.
All right. Previously unseen individual jumps off of or climbs down and jumps the last part of the distance off of the next building on the other side of the alley that Nudios is in, and runs over to the wife and Tolliver, and is going to attack the wife. Just gonna roll it in the box because those stack tokens make things really, really tricky. Oh, what kind of armor class does she have? It misses. Somehow that lady's got a really thick cloak. Missed by 1. Alright. I'll put us to Tolliver. Tolliver will repeat his save. Not his day with a 3. Reduced to a 2 because he, like Alfred, has a -1 to wisdom. It'll bring us around to Tamerlane then.
Yep. Tamerlane is going to go ahead and just zig across. That way they have good eyeline on the 2 who are in front of the family. And we'll just make an attack on each of them. Which, they're both still paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yes,
only
both of the ones in the main alley are paralyzed.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Tamerlane's going to go ahead and pull that first shot. And the end of the arrow actually starts to twist and distort a little bit. And we'll go ahead and why not put a burrowing fletch on it. 14 hit?
This on the female merfolk.
Yes.
14 does not hit.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and fire off on male human.
Well, I was just gonna say, technically, Tamerlane does have inspiration,
Oh.
I believe.
I can't use somebody else's inspiration, but I'll totally burn Atlan's inspiration. Trust. So then I will re-roll the advantage attack on the first one.
Right. That feels fair because it's like per player.
Yeah. Okay. Does 20 hit?
20 does hit, yes.
Perfect. Then that's going to be this.
Don't say I didn't ever
So-
do anything nice for you.
It's also going to be that from the Burrowing Fletch. It just has a nice arrow sticking out of them that they probably do not want to remove.
They couldn't if they tried.
And then the second attack said advantage and disadvantage against the male human. So it rolled straight.
I'm not sure why it was advantage. and
Is it
disadvantage.
because prone makes
yeah.
disadvantage on ranged
range.
attacks?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right, because he
yeah.
is laying on the ground at the moment.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
yeah, the 10 will miss, but as long as the fletch hit, that's all that matters. But that'll be Timberlane's turn.
All right, Marquis, up on the rooftop.
So I realized that my initiative should be 5 higher because I have the rakish audacity thing, which doesn't add to my initiative on my character sheet. So I should be rolling a +8 instead of +3, which, again, for this combat, whatever, it's all good. I think like going forward, I just need to find a way to make that actually a +8 instead, because I add my charisma modifier.
Done.
Oh, super. Well, in that case, Marquis is going to run to the edge of this rooftop. He is then going to jump into the middle of the street, landing where the raven disappeared, and then pushing himself up, jump onto the other rooftop as well.
I think a little cool sidekick, like take out that ferry as he goes past, would be awesome. Just gonna throw it out there as an option.
You just get the Home Alone as you pass by.
I jump past, and as you see him like put his foot down on something and continue jumping, he does turn and wink at Atlan.
Alan faints, but is flying, so just does a full 360.
And then lands next to this assassin, where he will then pull out his rapier and sort of like almost bow towards them, and then I will make an attack. Unless, do I have? Yes. I'm going to use, actually, my bonus action. I will use, no, my bonus action is telling my familiar to do the thing. So that's fine, I'll just make the attack. But I will put Booming Blade on this attack, because, hey, why not? I don't know how I put that. Do I do it on Combat Tracker? Do I drag it on me?
You can just click the thing. It should have like use power, right?
So I hit use power and then I roll my attack. I just want to make sure I'm getting it in the right order.
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay. Hit use power.
You
Then roll
might
the
have to
attack.
drag that purple onto yourself.
Yeah, I don't think that actually. Maybe the
Okay.
use power is not.
May not be
So I
functioning
drag the
properly.
purple thing.
I forgot to.
There we go.
Drag the purple one for me. And then I will... actually, I think... Yeah, I think I needed to drag Rakish Audacity onto myself. I think that was the way to get the thing to work for the initiative. I didn't realise it was an effect I had to put on. But I will put this on, because it will count as that, because I only need to have as a swashbuckler, I only need me. I don't need advantage on the attack. And then I will roll the attack. Which is this attack?
We're gonna end this woman's day. Or
I'm
night.
trying.
Oof. Yes, 25 will hit.
25 to hit. Cool. And then I roll.
I love that up until this point, you were still hidden from stealth.
Yes. I am the knight. What can I say? And then I will do this.
He
You
means
were the
Batman,
knight.
you got Catman.
You were the knight, not a knight.
Oof.
I do 22 damage.
Nice. And thanks for the entering the giveaway.
Yeah.
Not you, Ollie. You don't get a thank you for
Oh.
22 damage.
Oh. Well, it was worth a shot. Wait, don't I get 2d6 for stealth, for sneak attack? Wait, I'm at level 5. Would I
It's
not
probably,
get 2d6?
it doesn't level it. You have to go in and put in the leveling on the sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Are you supposed to be 2d6?
I don't know when it levels to 3d6. Let me check. Sneak attack. 3d6. So I need 2 more d6 on this attack.
Do you need them? No.
Yes.
So another 10.
Yes.
So 32 damage on this woman.
Amazing.
As he leaps over, winks at Atlin, lands, sort of like doffs himself off, bows slightly, bows with his left hand, pulls out his rapier, and then just pierces it straight through her sternum, or like a gap between her ribs. Actually, let's go with that.
All right. Anything else from Marquis?
No, sir. That will end Marquis' turn.
It was effective, sure. Effective. And theatrical.
Thank you. That's all I'm really going for.
It's no fun to just kill things. You have to kill things and look good doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Which, unfortunately, these paralyzed folks don't look good and aren't doing anything right now. So we'll see if we can break that hold person this time around.
She does roll at disadvantage. now.
Yeah, they're the ones
She needed that
failed.
help. Thanks.
I was gonna say.
Are there any chances that any of the people who are frozen are just mid-glambot and are just absolutely posing? Is there a possibility?
Well, certainly not the guy.
No. The guy was kind of like mid-speech talking, and the female
Yeah,
merfolk
hard.
kind of leaning up against the wall. Maybe a little bit of a
yeah.
pose. Alright, other merfolk person. Gosh, I have to actually choose what they do. That's a new thing.
Or you have to act like they're not just getting beaten up by us.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Any spam builds here? Just want to check.
Okay, she's just going to attack Nidios. And miss with a 13.
Nice.
Ooh, and miss even worse with a 10.
Nice. Right on the front lines.
She goes and attempts to stab with these coral daggers, coral hilted daggers. and miss. Just visible frustration in her face as she just, oh fuck it, and she just turns and will give you an opportunity attack if you want to use your reaction.
Yeah, sure. I'll slice and dice. Are the daggers already stained blood?
Yes.
Yes. You killed all these people in this alley. Oh my god. Yeah, another 5 damage.
All right, slash through her side with your short sword as she's turning to run away, and she's gonna put herself over here.
Where'd you run
Atlan.
away?
Alan is going to go ahead and move up ever so slightly and just kind of like the whole time tracking this really cool individual who just like vamped over there on top of a raven.
Just a slight
and,
flutter of air as you move through that space.
Yeah, the raven is invisible. So he was going to go ahead and reach into his pouch, and he is going to go ahead and pull out his crossbow. And it has this long spindly stick, and all of the fletching is actually like preserved lily leaves, as he's going to go ahead and hold it out. And it's just horrible aim. Like he's holding it like up on the side, trying to go ahead and track. But he is going to go ahead and fire it at this female merfolk, the one in front. So he gets to go ahead and make this attack.
She's actively putting herself as a barrier towards the other merfolks.
She can do that if she wants to. Does a 13 hit?
She's the
Probably
only
not.
person on this team that gets to do what she wants to. So,
I think a 13.
13,
okay.
I don't believe hits. Let me double check. No, 13 misses.
Okay. Yeah. Then at that point, Atlan's just kind of left, spending the rest of his time like reloading the crossbow, but looks down at actually Caradwin and just goes, I think you're doing really great, and we'll go ahead and give Bardic Inspo that way.
Thank you. You're also doing really great.
Yeah. Well, that'll be his turn.
You give him Sorceress Inspiration. It's a new effect.
I didn't take that spell. I'm sorry.
Hippie Inspiration. We'll go with the Hippie Inspiration.
Emotional inspiration. We'll go
Okay.
with that.
All right.
Emotional support sorcerer.
Yeah.
That'll put us down to the bottom of the order, so start back up at the top. I don't know why it keeps on not wanting to start at the top, but this battered and beaten sniper up top. All right. She drops her light crossbow, which just hangs by the side on a little bit of a bandolier over her back, and quickly dons 2 dueling short swords. I suppose this is the way it's gonna go. She attempts to hit Marquis.
Gosh, I have so many options.
Choices.
Wow. I'll use Uncanny Dodge on this first one.
Okay. Remind me, Uncanny Dodge, because I haven't had a rogue really be doing
It's
much in
half.
this party for a long time.
Yeah,
Half damage?
I just, yeah, half damage.
Okay.
How do I do it? Do I just drag Uncanny Dodge onto myself? What's the...
I'm just going to drag the damage into the box, and then I'll half it before I drag it onto your character.
Cool.
So 3 damage coming through. And second attack. That would be a nat
Can I
20.
keep using? Can
Uh,
I
you-
keep using uncanny dodge?
I don't think it registered that you used it.
Yeah.
A-
Oh, it's
Atlan
like-
is gonna shout, "Do a flip!" As the second attack gets, and he's gonna go ahead and use psychic backlash on that one. But it has to be re-rolled at disadvantage.
Okay.
I guess it imposes disadvantage technically.
Still rolled another 20, but it was a 9 was the bottom one. 13. I'm assuming 13 misses.
13 does in fact miss. Can I do a flip?
No, you already
That's
used
part
your
of- I was-
reaction.
No, as
No,
part
that
of my
was
uncanny
if
dodge.
you wanted to do the flip, yes, before he told you to do a
Yeah.
flip, and it was just like
Yeah.
a moment before, and
Yeah, I'm acting slightly out of sync with what Atlan wants. I do a flip just as you're about to yell, "Do a flip."
you knew what he was going to call for. You know
Yeah.
what the crowd wants.
Everyone wants to see a flip.
All right, so that'll miss, and so that should be her turn. That'll bring us back to the male human who's laying on the ground in a paralyzed state. Will this be the turn that he makes the save? It will not, as he rolls a nat 1.
Okay, I kind of feel bad for this poor man, but
I just feel bad when you guys hit the guy that can't move, because he didn't actually attack anybody, so, you know.
it's true.
Oh.
But as one of our viewers did point out, it was not a war crime because it was the first time it was done, but it will be a war crime if you repeat it.
War crimes!
We'll get a bingo card for next time.
Okay. The wife is going to attempt to grapple the woman that came up behind her. She does not have a weapon. So,
Incredible work.
She's gonna succeed. We recruit this woman.
Forget
let's
the
make that
children
with
and her husband.
acrobatics.
Let's bring the woman with us.
Oof.
She is the true treasure.
is not looking
in this
good here.
alleyway. Never
No.
mind.
We'll see. Oh no, she definitely does not succeed in grappling. It's arms up, flailing, pushed back down on the ground. And that'll be her turn. Caradwin.
Upon seeing this other random woman come out of no but where, she's gonna be like, "Hey, get away from that lady!" And is going to use one of the other magic stones she imbued earlier and make an attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration. What dice is it, AJ?
It is a D8.
Nice.
That'll hit.
Does a 16 hit it? Nice. Alright, and she takes...
You just needed one. So that Bardic was gonna hit you no matter what.
And she takes 8 bludgeoning damage as a pebble just soars through and hits her.
What? She immediately looks at the children to see which kid threw a rock.
Don't you dare! And that's my turn. Just literally throwing rocks at people.
Nudios, you're left alone in the side alley now.
Alone is where people are in the dark, and in the darkness, things that are war crimes arise. Nudios is going to uh, move 5 feet to the right, and he is going to take his blade and move it in a very theatrical fashion up and then like down past his body and then around and pointing straight forward away from him. He's going to cast lightning bolt. So yeah, it's a DC 16 dex on paralyzed people.
Alright, if you want to drag the save onto the targets.
Yeah, sure.
I'll fix that error message hopefully during break time.
Maybe. And bonus, we get to scare the children.
Alright.
We're just creating future adventures.
He
Fun.
auto fails on the dex save, so even though he rolled a freaking 19, he gets to auto fail. I'm not sure why it made him roll anyway. They're both auto fails, so
Oh, yes. So here is his damage. Here is her damage. Decent-ish. It's alright.
you let loose this lightning bolt that goes right in front of these children and this family, electrocuting through this guy who's laying on the ground and then vamps back up to go into about the lower part of the abdomen of the merfolk before then impacting the wall behind it and scorching a hole in the side of the inn. Anything else from New Dios other than lighting everybody up like a Home Alone?
No, that'll be it.
Did New Dios come out here before to put all these other dead bodies here because he likes the aesthetic? Is that...
I was going to comment that he was standing next to the bodies that he put here, so, you know.
Yeah, he's like, that's where I put them.
Oh, yeah, he's got
300
short-term
feet,
memory loss.
300 feet below ground level.
That's why he was in such a good mood at the card game. It's like he just got done murdering all these people out in the alley. He's having a good day.
Here I go murdering again.
I love the juxtaposition of Nudios lightning bolting multiple people, Curdwin just throwing rocks at people. I've never had a character I've wanted to give Magic Stone except for her.
Ollie, you can't help him. Just... Come on, let's go. Not you, Ollie. Different Ollie. Yes, I stupidly chose to name a character Ollie. It's spelled different, so it's all different.
It's all fun.
As the female human that had climbed down from the roof has a hold of the chest and is attempting to drag it away. It is not a light chest, though, so she's moving it half speed as she drags this thing. Now that the wife was down on the ground and the husband is paralyzed, there's nobody to hold it in place. But that's going to be her turn. Tolliver, today's your day. It is likely not. Oh my gosh, it is!
Did he just not 20?
He got an 18 minus 1 to a 17 to beat the 16.
Behavior.
Oliver!
Somehow
So
the negative
true.
1 guy got there first.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like partially mouth agape at the time he got paralyzed. There's a little bit of an adjustment to the dry mouth. For looking around, seeing his wife down on the ground, immediately goes and like helps her up quickly, and then frantically starts looking for the chest. But that's the end of his turn, so he can't do anything actively. That's all he'll do. Tamerlane.
Yeah. Tamerlane is not going to string another arrow, but rather just let loose Kelp Strand spell. So gonna go ahead and attempt to hit this one right here,
Ooh.
which hopefully that
Hey, yo.
hits.
It's a. Have you seen it?
Rolled 2 attack rolls.
Oh, it might be because I dragged it on them.
So,
Wait, does no one else see it?
well, the
I
first
said
one was
20.
a crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, no one else is saying anything.
The naturalist 20, as it goes ahead and causes. I won't drag it on the enemy. Oh. I think you got the damage.
12.
Okay, cool. And then.
And
it
this is
going
on
to
the
go ahead
merfolk
and-
in the front.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna drag her all the way up to Tamerlane, and then she is instantly grappled. Which I can drag that effect happily onto her. So yeah, that kelp shoots out, just wraps them up, and they are
It's like
there.
she's at home.
Sure, sure.
Just
I
like
don't
Mama.
think that's why Tamerlane did it. Tamerlane probably mentioned something about how their aim is better than Atlan's in some sort of archer superiority, but that's their turn.
Alright, Marquis.
Oh, cool. I think he looks down at the slight tickle that this assassin gave him, and sort of like grabs your side. It's like, oh, a palpable hit. Truly, you are well versed with the blade. No, I'm honestly just kidding with you. That was really bad. Honest, try again, and I will. No, I will sort of like. Am I going to do anything with my bonus action? Is the question. I don't think so.
A bit delayed while Ollie's figuring his stuff out. Thanks, Elfiest Elf, for the follow. And the giveaway entry
Thanks.
and some good comments.
He's a good dude.
You wouldn't expect
he is.
anything less from him.
I'm gonna, yeah, you know what? I will. I'm gonna look at this assassin. I'm just gonna be like, though I think it's probably about time. I feel like your run is over, and payment is now due. And I'm gonna use Hexblade's Curse on her, which I assume I can drag on. Let me check. Oh,
Double curse. She's pretty much cursed to have been with this party today, so.
she's having a bad time. Okay, which one do I drag? The
It's like I didn't
effect
want to go on
curse?
this job, but I did, and
It's just supposed to be a
Okay,
bunch of
so-
unarmed family members. I didn't
So I
sign
need to
up for
drag-
fighting adventurers.
I need to drag that onto myself. I need to drag that onto myself. Anything, this is going to be a stupid question. Anything that has self at the end, I drag onto me, correct?
Correct.
I figured as much. And then I drag that onto... Yes. then I have to do this onto me again. So I'll use Booming Blade once more, and Sneak Attack, which goes on. Oh, damage 3d6, so that should be on for me. I will also... No, that's it. I'll just make the attack. I don't know what else I need to roll onto this. I'm not going to. I'm just going to roll this dice and hope for the best. Traditionally, not something that's ever really worked for me, rolling dice. But
You gotta quit saying that, because it never goes that way at this table. So
He does very well. He is thriving.
why can I not select the...
That's why it keeps coming back.
True. I keep trying to, like, move the dice over on top of this woman, and I can't do it. So I'm going to find her in the tracker. Where is she? Is that her? That's her. I think. Is there a way... You know what? I'm just
or you just drag it in the box, and I can drag it on too. So
Cool. It's a
Oh,
crit,
that's
though,
really
because it's a
good.
19.
look at that, 19. That Hexblade's Curse, moving it to a crit.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, this is going to be... Explain crits to me for this again, one more time. So I roll all the dice, so I just double the dice I roll.
So it
you get
should
back to
auto do the dice.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you go to drag the damage, it should auto do the dice.
You'll roll, and then
Yeah.
it'll automatically add max damage as well.
Okay, let's find out. Let's find out.
Correct.
I do 61 damage to her.
She is beyond deceased.
After all the cutting words by the non-bard, start that. How do you want to end that?
Like, literally, I said, like, as she's, like, trying to, like, figure out where the blade's gonna go, he just pulls out, like, with the hand that he's not watching, he pulls out, like, a coin, which he flips up into the air. And then, like, the briefest flash of it makes us look over there, and then suddenly there's a knife that's just gone through her throat and out the back.
And then
She then
explodes
pulls back.
with a thunderous boom.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, pulls it back and whips the blood, and then, like, sheaths the rapier again. And then just, like, stands there and watches her sort of realize that she has, in fact, died.
I think with the exceeding hit points by 32, I don't think she realizes it, because I don't think her head is still there once you remove from the neck. As the boom goes, it's kind of a pop the head of the gentleman, and that'll be my Buffy reference for tonight.
Yep, that's good. I like that. In which case, with my movement, 15, I will... How high up is the building to the right of me?
Oh, and you're not at 30 feet anymore. We'll,
I'm at 20, yeah, hold on, I'll drop that down.
I gotcha.
Okay, cool.
The
high
next
is the
one
one to the
over
right?
is 15 foot, so it's just a 5 foot drop.
15 foot. Oh, cool, in that case, yeah, I will run and I will jump over to this building. So I can jump, I believe, according to jump calculator, 11 feet. So clearing a 10-foot gap should be fine. And, I think I was like, I've got a little bit of movement. I'll move it just slightly away from the edge.
Give me an
so I'm not as easy to
acrobatics.
see. Yeah, of course.
How pretty does this look when you land on the other side?
Well, let's find out. Honestly,
Oh, it looks pretty.
honestly, really good. This is, I almost like freeze in midair to like Atlin, who said do a flip before. Mid-flip, upside down, just shoot the finger guns as I'm flipping.
Whatever these guns things. Finger crossbows. There we go.
Finger hand crossbows, baby.
I feel like both Atlin and Curdwin are looking at you like, he's so cool.
And now Nodios, as you go over the alleyway with your finger crossbows, and now he's like, oh wow, this is the most wonderful person I've ever met.
My new best friend.
Ah, that's a cool cat. is the what I'm going for. Um,
You are succeeding.
Humming or singing or whistling Stray Cat Strut up there, some Brian Setzer as you go over top. I'm going to guess that on that flamboyant note, that's the end of your turn.
it is indeed. It is indeed.
As your
just getting
Hexblade's
health back,
curse
so when I-
expired since
yeah.
your target is headless.
Yeah. You can't move Hexblade's curse, can you? If I remember correctly. I think
I
it's
don't
Hex.
think so.
you can
I think
move.
so. I think that's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. In that case,
I got it.
oh yeah, I just gained 9 health, I believe.
All right, that'll bring us to the electrocuted female merfolk who still can't move, at least for 3 more rounds. Unless
and
this
still
is
has
her day.
disadvantage. And still has.
Insult to injury, yes.
And
4. That'll take us to the other female merfolk, who's up close with Tamerlane and grappled.
Yes.
Which the grappled is... Speed is 0. Is that the... What else do we got on grappled?
They have disadvantage on all attacks except for the grappler.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the updated one. Legacy, yeah, no. It's just 0.
0. Yeah, and then the rest of the stuff is just about what effects end it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stab a centaur, I suppose.
your band name.
They're really big in 6 spells. $22 to hit.
That do be hitting.
Whole weapon 1d4 plus 4. Rolled a 1. That seems to be about par for the course. So 5. And then I need a con save. Just enough. Dang, that was a fun effect. I was hoping to have that one go through. Do you want to use your inspiration to try and re-roll that?
Oh,
Conrad,
I
in
don't
spirit,
ha-
is speaking to me, saying that yes.
No, I don't want to use. I would feel so bad using somebody's inspo if they weren't here.
Using inspiration to take damage would seem to be completely contrary and not an okay thing.
I'm sure he
Alright.
would love it.
He might actually.
Yeah, that's speed 0.
She would have had to use an action to escape from it, so she's stuck.
Alright. She will activate her bonus action ability to impose disadvantage on all attack rolls against her until the end of her next turn. And that'll be her turn. And no, you can't throw that Hexblade's curse over on the other Ollie.
Oh no, I'm just ticking it off, so it's off my sheet.
I just was picking on you. I knew you weren't trying to do anything.
I'm still like, there's still parts of this where I'm just like, no, I need to make sure that I know that I've used that.
So Atlan has been fully gyroscoping in the air, trying to reload their crossbow, as well as just like watching everybody. But is going to go ahead and focus on the one who is now free to be aimed at, the female merfolk who is paralyzed, and is just going to go ahead and look over at the man. We heard his name, correct?
Which one?
Tollivers.
Yes. Yeah. He was
Okay.
referred to as Tolliver
Cool.
repeatedly by the
Cool.
human male, I guess, rug that he is now.
Cool. Yeah. Atlan's just gonna go ahead and like center on the female merfolk and just say, I was wondering, what's your last name, Tolliver?
In the chaos of everything, he doesn't respond.
Yeah, Alan will just say, I suppose it will still work though. And he'll go ahead and fire another arrow at the merfolk woman.
Okay.
But as he fires it, there is a balloon on the end of it of a Dutch carnival dahlia, like a really nice, like big red balloon with like yellow edging on the petals, and it doesn't cause the damage. It just instantly explodes into radiant damage. Cause
It doesn't cause damage, it just explodes into damage.
yeah, but the thing is that
I'm not
What
gonna
was
open the chest
what's
right
the spell
now.
DC? For some reason, your spell DCs aren't coming through. So
she doesn't have to do the spell DC yet.
oh,
Because
okay.
it's just the attack first, and
Okay.
then they take the radiant damage. Then this pillar of radiant energy blows out and blossoms into the shape of the dahlia as Alan's casting Lesser Chain Fire. So both she and the human male need to go ahead and make wisdom saves with a DC of 16, which I think I can drag those. Does that prompt for you? Okay, cool.
She
I
does
rolled
still
an
have
attack again.
disadvantage.
Okay, I can roll this save out then. No,
Rolled an
that's the
attack
attack.
again.
What the heck? Well, they both need to make wisdom saves.
Okay.
They've been doing
And
so
her-
well.
And hers is at disadvantage.
Well, she failed hers anyway because I'd already rolled it.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah, she's gonna go ahead and take this extra damage. She takes an extra 14, and she forgets who Tolliver is, as if it was a modify memory spell.
We really are out here committing war crimes.
Okay, and then the guy needs to make the wisdom save as well.
Yes, it's creatures of of my choice within 10-foot radius. So this is covering the family, but it's not hurting them.
Okay. He had a 13, so he fails as well.
Cool. He takes 12 damage, and then he also forgets who Tolliver is.
Okay.
And Atlan just gives a heavy nod before going ahead and working to go ahead and lodge another crossbow bolt and just gyroscoping once again around. And that'll be his turn.
Listing lazily to the left the entire time.
Like a bumper car when you pull both of the switches, that's what he's doing.
Damn, we really are war crime any percent.
It's before the new DLC Accords. So
Yeah.
All right, that'll bring us back to the dead one. And then to the male human who, again, will attempt to save. Maybe this will be his time. 15? No.
Nay.
Um. It's to the wife. Okay, with Tolliver now back to his senses. The wife is going to take both of the kids by the hands and just go running back past Caradwin and up the alley.
So there is a ice slick underneath them because of the aforementioned
Okay.
rhymed flesh.
What's the save on the ice slick?
It's a tech save.
What's the DC? Is it higher than 11?
It's no, yeah, it is. It's 17.
Okay, they all slip and fall. What's fall damage? D6?
Atlan can actually do something. When the mom starts to fall with the kids, he's going to shout out, "Do a barrel roll!" And he's going to go ahead and use his traveler's trick, the acrobatics lessons,
Okay.
to go ahead and give them a bonus equal to his bardic. So they get an extra D8 on top of it. Just the mom.
Just the mom?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll bring the mom up to a 13.
Nice.
Cool.
So she will do
The little boy, nat 1.
The baby.
He's going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits his head on the ice with the nat 1. And then the little girl had an 11. She'll fall on the ice, but no damage. Hurt pride, that's it.
That's the son's name. His name is Pride.
No, the
Girl's
son's
name
name
is
is 1 hit point. Left.
Help.
Okay, so that will take care of that turn. Caradwin.
Alright. Caradwin is gonna run past here and look over at Nudios as she's running past, be like, "Hey, why do we want that chest again?"
There's something in it.
Good enough for me. And as she is passing, she's going to bonus action healing word on the child.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
So
Healing
the
word is
1d4
huge for
plus-
this child.
Yes, so 1d4 plus my 4 gets 7 hit points back.
That would be all of his 3 hit points that he took. So
Yay! And then is gonna finish her movement right here. And can I still cast another spell? I'm gonna cast. I wrote down here. Yay.
you'd be able to do a cantrip.
Cantrip? Okay. If that's the case, then she's gonna run up to, use the last of the movement, run up to this woman and cast Reaver's Touch. So I'm gonna make a melee spell attack. The 19 hit.
Yes, 19 hits.
She's gonna, like, if the woman is, like, dragging the chest, she's gonna reach over and just grab her wrist. And... Wait, it's actually 2d6 because of cantrip stuff. Roll another d6. So,
Okay.
6, 7, 8 points of necrotic damage. I really don't suggest you take this away. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Nudios.
Upon hearing that the chest is being whisked away, Nudios is going to careen around the corner, slithering past everyone as he goes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he is going to simply just take a couple slashes at this person carrying away this chest. Yes, it would be wise to listen to my new friend here. I would. Yes, we can be friends. As he takes 2 slashes.
Nothing brings together friendships like war crimes.
Big ol' 7 damage. And then second attack.
Oof.
Oh,
I think that's gonna hit.
what a journey. I've been rolling a lot of 1s on damage, but so have you, so I feel like it's fair.
There's been a lot of ones.
Yeah. With that, I think that'll be it for Nudios.
Alright, that'll take us to the woman dragging the chest. Alright, she is going to drop the chest, or the side of the chest she's been dragging. Reaching into a satchel at her side, pulls out a vial and throws it down on the ground. As smoke fills the area in a 20-foot radius on the point that's the intersection point between all 3 characters there. And
Okay.
is going to run. So it is heavily obscured, so any attacks will be at disadvantage. If you would like to reaction, make an opportunity attack.
Yeah, we'll
I will.
Alright?
Yeah.
So, disadvantage. It's okay, we just roll a 19.
Alright, 19 will hit, the 8 will miss.
Another 9 damage for the road.
As she takes off and moves out of view.
Is the chest with her, or did she leave it?
No, she dropped the chest before she
Okay.
threw the smoke bomb. Tolliver hesitates for a moment on where to go. before making a very careful attempt to basically aid everybody in getting back up and maintaining their footing on this ice sheet that he's standing on. But he's not going to move out of his space. He'll stay there to support his family and end his turn. Tamerlane.
Yeah, this one's gonna be easy. Tamerlane, the archer, goes ahead and like holds their bow down and lifts up their dang centaur body to go ahead and trample this girl. So we'll go ahead and make 2 of attacks.
Oh, jeez.
First is a 23 for a nice 6 damage, and second is a 19 for a palpable 11. But yeah, Tamerlane still has this like kelp strand from their bow, and we'll just go ahead and keep hold of that as Atlan claps.
All right. Marquis?
My Raven is supposed to have a turn, but I don't think it turned up on the turn order last round. So all I was going to do was move the Raven, like, literally over to here.
Okay.
And then, right, with Marquis' turn, I think he will... Wait, it's 15 on this roof, isn't it, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I am.
Make the elevator go down.
Yeah.
New Dios knows how it works, just ask it.
Let's see. With his bonus action, he will get the... Or, like, he'll tell the Raven to do something. Which is that he wants the Raven to fly... Because it can move, but it can't take an action unless I sacrifice my bonus action to tell it what to do. So I'll let it know that I'd like it to fly in front of this woman who's fleeing, and then with the same item that allowed me to jump, just place it.
So I'd point
Right in
out you would
front
not
of,
see where this person is going because they were in the smoke, heavily obscured in the
Would I
smoke
not be?
for 20 feet
You said it went out 20 feet.
before she went around
Okay,
the
so-
corner of the taller building.
Okay, so I don't know where she is. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You wouldn't have seen her exit the smoke.
In that case, because the Raven can see even through magical darkness, would the Raven be able to see, or is the smoke too much?
Yeah, because it's not darkness, it's heavily obscured. So I would say no, would still not be able to see through.
In that case, I will get the Raven to fly over to here, to the other side of the smoke, to see where this person goes. That's out of the... Is that out of the 20 feet?
Yes, that would be outside.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like it's there, so it's watching, so it'll be able to see
Okay.
where this person emerges from, assuming this person emerges. In that case, with his turn, he's going to move to the edge of the roof here. And then, what's the falling damage you take for jumping down?
Cat
15
folk don't.
feet? How much damage do I take? Oh, in that case, I leap down and land here.
You can thank Dustin for that lovely design. So
And then I will just be like, to the family, I'll just like, sort of, as I just sort of like emerge from like a rooftop, I'll just be like, please don't be too worried. we're just mopping up what remains. On that point, kids, look behind you real quick. And as hopefully the kids turn around, I stab this man, the paralyzed man.
The kids can't see anything because they're in the 20-foot radius smoke screen anyway.
Oh, cool. Perfect. In which case, if the kids
But I do
can't
need an
see-
acrobatic save, as you did choose to jump off a roof onto an ice slick.
Oh. Oh, that's where the ice slick is. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll make a dex save. Or acrobatics roll. Silver, which one?
Give me an acrobatics
Okay.
first.
Okay. First is a worrying word. 15.
With the 15, okay, you now do the dex save, but with advantage.
Okay. Advantage.
That was a pretty smooth landing at a 15.
20.
Nicely just slide
Can I
across the ice.
Yeah, can I use the ice? I land, and then I just slide a little bit to land in front of them, and that's when I speak. And then I will do the same combination of attacks on this paralyzed man, though I do get advantage on the attack. One would assume.
You get double advantage on the attack now, because he's
Oh, man.
prone
Double
and paralyzed.
Dang. In that case, I will roll this attack with double advantage, which is the same as regular advantage. It just makes,
It just sounds
makes
cool.
me feel better. It just makes me feel better when I say it.
Oh my god!
If only, no, if
That,
only Hexblade's
that
Curse
is
was
double
still a thing.
advantage.
If only Hexblade's Curse still worked. If I could move it to the other people. No. So 27 to hit this man, and then.
Surprisingly, his AC has suddenly jumped to 30.
He's grown a shell since he's been on the ground. The ice has covered him. He is very protected.
It's a
Secretly a
non-Newtonian
dragon
armor
turtle.
class.
It's a ferrofluid that flows around him and stops.
He's an Etch-a-Sketch.
I do. That's too much. It's the first set of dice. It's whatever the roll. Did I roll perfect on that first set of dice?
Yeah, you did.
Because I was going to say it's the first set of dice that I do damage with.
Yeah, I don't know
Which
why
is-
it still gave you crit off of it.
Oh, wait, didn't you say is it still has Hexblade's Curse
It does.
registered on
Yeah,
you?
yeah. It must still do.
It
should
might be
do.
just
Apologies.
registering that.
It will just be the first set of dice, which is full damage, which is insane. Which is that 40? Is that no? That's 30. No.
Isn't that
No,
the
any
crit
attack
damage?
that hits the
Roll-
creature is a critical hit on a paralyzed creature. If you're
Oh.
5 feet away.
Oh,
Oh, in that case, I do 56 damage. to
Yeah,
this
you
man.
you do obliterate this guy.
Vaporize him.
I literally just land, slide, stab. Once again, same thing, blade out, sort of like stick down, and then almost hold it behind his back so the kids don't see me holding a blade as this man dies. I'm just like, oh, but they can't see because they're in the smoke. So, it is what it is. And I'll just be like, if you just excuse me, just 1 second, and I will move over to in front of this person. And that will end my turn.
Didn't do much that turn, but you know, it's okay. Maybe next time.
56. 56 is an insane amount of damage. Can't believe I rolled all like 3 6s and then, unless that's the max, you don't get. The
I
max,
think
do you?
that's the max because it
Yeah,
did the same
yeah.
thing
The,
on
the
your
purple
last
and the
one
blue are
is
the max
purple.
ones. The green
Yeah,
are the ones
okay,
you
cool.
rolled.
Yeah.
I thought I'd like beaten the dice curse once and for all.
To be fair, the dice you did roll are still pretty good.
Yeah.
3 out of 5
That's
were
not
above
terrible.
average, so.
The Raven has moved and searching for, waiting for this person to emerge from the smoke.
Alright, the female merfolk that is heavily damaged and still paralyzed. And still at disadvantage. Oh my lord, a 20 and a 19 on the disadvantage roll.
Wow. They deserve it.
Yeah, you
They-
know
they
what?
earned that
After-
one.
They earned it.
This is what they earned, is very, very
The end of their
damaged
turn.
condition at this point.
Is it the one in
Man.
front of me that comes?
Yes.
Sort of like can suddenly come moving. In which case, like as they do it, I'm just like, ah, good. I hate fighting an enemy that can't move. And then I stage whisper, "That's not true. It makes it so much easier."
She grabs the little boy, pulls up with basically holding at his neck, threatening to break his neck if anybody moves on her. As she nat 20'd her grapple check.
Dang.
I'll ditch the paralyzed off of her.
Oh wait, she still had disadvantage because it's disadvantage on saving throws, ability checks.
I think she's
and
still
attack
going to beat
rolls.
the child that has a 4 strength score.
More than likely.
But yes, I will.
Why?
I will re-roll the strength check here.
Imagine.
One, one,
Imagine.
one, one, one.
Imagine.
You might have succeeded here. You guys have cursed me quite awful. That was a 2, plus 3 to a 5.
I do
child.
have a question.
Yes.
Since this woman doesn't know who Tolliver is, would she be inclined to pick up this child and hold
This
them?
woman doesn't know who Tolliver is.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who
and the
Tolliver
guy-
is. She knows who the other 3 are.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's the gap in this spell.
As a point, isn't the child covered in smoke and not visible?
Heavily obscured, not invisible.
Okay, but heavily obscure. But she knew the child was there.
Yes.
All right, cool.
As the child is laying on the ground and it slipped and fallen on the ice last turn. And I will correct, it's an 8 roll at the moment. She has plus 6 athletics, so let's see what this kid can do. There's
Come
a
on,
chance.
child,
When you got this kid.
The children are our future.
Roll the 4, minus 3 to a 1.
Oh, poor kid. All right.
Well,
Sorry,
he
Thomas.
deserves
This
it.
Only,
kid.
if only
This kid.
Conrad were here to give us inspiration to this child.
Alright, so she's holding this kid in a grappled position, basically threatening to kill the kid.
This child is not the future.
His sister's the future adventurer, not him.
Yeah.
He's the trauma that makes her become an adventurer.
And why his death here in this alley is why she becomes an adventurer.
Yes.
Alright, you don't.
Are we Batmaning this child? Is that what's happening?
I'll just take a beat. You can have the kid. Let me and my sister go.
Is she addressing me?
You're the closest.
Ah, in which case I'm just like, that is an interesting proposition. What are the terms and how we release you? Do you just walk away from here? Do you let go of the child now? Or are you attempting to carry the
I go
child?
to the end of the alley, I let go of the child, and then I leave. With my sister.
Interesting. I just want to know what point you release the child.
And I will mark that as being the end of the alley that she's nudging towards.
Right.
Alright,
Well,
that completes her turn. So,
Yeah.
the other female merfolk who's still getting her kelp wrap Um, oh, I think I forgot to remind on Tamerlane's attacks that there was disadvantage
There
on
was
the
supposed to be a
attacks.
disadvantage. Yeah.
It's okay. We'll live. Just gonna attempt to break the grapple. Using acrobatics.
17 or higher.
21.
Then she's out.
Alright, and Atlan is 20 feet up in the air, so not adjacent. Alright, she is going to attempt to move. So Tamerlane can make an attack. It is still a disadvantage till the end of her turn, so.
Cool. I will go ahead and disadvantage this one. And
11 misses.
alrighty.
Alright. She's going to... flee down here. Yeah, no, she'll stop where she was at. We'll just leave it there. Alright. That'll do it for her turn. And Atlan.
How tall is this merfolk woman? And then how tall is Marquis?
Lucky's like 5. I think I said like 5'8".
Should be right around 6 foot.
Oh, so a little bit taller.
A little bit.
And she has like the kid like held at like her chest, kind of.
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. Then Atlan is going to go ahead and he's still gyroscoping. So he is going to go ahead and attempt to cast a spell. He's going to go ahead and start like rolling forward on his Z-axis. And then he is going to look up about 10 feet and he's going to go ahead and cast Shatter so that it would just catch her head. Her, like, top of her head, probably, actually.
Let's see. Shatter is... Alright, I'm going to make you make a spell attack roll if you're going to attempt to pinpoint this to approximately an inch. Since catfolk are between 6 and 7 foot tall, unless Marquis has been shrunk, he is about the same height. So, but
I didn't realize catfolk were that tall. I'm so sorry.
they're biggins.
Let me go ahead.
More Leon and less Tabaxi.
Ah, that might
So-
confuse. In that case, make me the same height. If I take the damage, I take the damage.
Alan wouldn't do it if they're the same height.
Like if I'm supposed to be between 6 and 7 foot.
Well,
I'd
that's
be
up to you
in the
if you want, because I think you're rolling with the possibility of hitting the kid, the target, and Marquis, and put. Well, no, you wouldn't have to worry about hitting the wife because she's on the ground.
She's still down on the ground. Yeah.
So you'd be
It
safe
was
there.
perfect
So
if
it'd just
we were all
be
on the
these
ground.
three that I would be having you roll against. It's your call on whether you want to take that risk or not.
This child does have 4 hit points.
I know, it's guaranteed death if I hit this kid. Range spell attack, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, he won't. He won't. Um, yeah, in that case, Atlan is going to go ahead and
I will remind you, there's an offer on
fly.
the table.
To what? He didn't hear it.
To give the kid in exchange for her freedom and her sister's freedom. Her sister, who's already ran into the alley.
Okay. You know what? Alan is going to go ahead and move up over here.
Okay.
Expressly without the intent to hurt this woman. And he is going to go ahead and prepare an action. If there are any attacks made, then he'll go ahead and shoot down the alley.
Any attacks made, just for clarification, your trigger is any attacks made or any attacks made by your enemies. Just want to know if Nudios decides to gank somebody over here, does he trigger you
Yeah.
ganking somebody too?
Well, but they're obscured right now, so he can't see them. The only ones would be
I was just picking on
Tamerlane
Dustin,
and
so.
Marquis. Yeah, Atlan will ride with Tamerlane and Marquis if anybody makes attacks. If anybody breaks this armistice,
Okay.
then he'll go ahead and attack down the alley.
Picking back up at the top of the order
Oh, there we
here.
go.
And jumping through down to the wife, who last time on her turn slipped on the ice. She'll pick herself back up. Just give me my son. She's just going to frantically reach for her son. That's her turn. Herdwin, out in the smoke.
No, no, tell you. So she can, like, reach out and feel that the chest is there.
Yeah,
How heavy is it?
about 60 pounds.
Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, she's gonna pick it up and just like walk over here out of the smoke, be like, "We got the chest." Oh, what's going on here?
You step out of the edge of the smoke to the former rug is now officially a dead rug. One of the merfolks is standing in the alley looking mad, and the other merfolk is holding a child in a precarious position, while Marquis and Atlan look on.
I feel like I walked in a really awkward time. But we got the chest. That's gonna be my turn.
Nudios, back on ground level.
Mm-hmm. One with everyone. Hello. I'm back.
They can't see you.
My
Nudios-
time underground. My time underground has changed.
I am a changed echidna. He will run the opposite direction from Serwin, trying to get himself out of the smoke. I guess giving a bit of a cough as he does, or slither out, not run out. Running requires speed, which I do not have. Upon seeing the female human running away, I'm going to bonus action Misty Step in front of them.
Okay.
And Yeah, I guess I'll just keep on hacking and slashing. Everything else is AoE and big damage. So, short
That'll
sword
hit.
out. First one comes diagonally or horizontally across the chest. And then the second one will come straight down.
A miss.
And yeah, no, that's a miss. And that'll be my turn. I'll stand there, slithering and hissing, and go. Oh, don't think you can run now. There's no getting out of this.
Well, it's her turn. All right. She's going to attempt to turn around and go back away from you.
Alright, I will slash at her.
Okay.
I guess.
That misses.
14? Okay.
As she gets 5 feet away, she turns and just chucks a vial, or actually it's a little bit bigger bottle or jar, towards you. Basically down at your feet, or legs, or tail, or whatever we're going to call it tonight. I need a con save.
I can do that.
I like a 1. I like a 1 there.
Oof.
As this jar hits the ground, impacting, shatters, and this substance just erupts out of the broken glass, covering the whole portion of your tail that is coiled up, propping you up at the ground. And then about partway up, I guess like the equivalent of waist high, as you get coated in this substance, just starts to burn your scales and skin as acid, and the acid like combusts so that there's actually fire on top of the acid that is burning up your body. And
Oh shit, they have war crimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How dare they?
Oh, how the turntables.
alright, so it's 19 acid damage and 10 fire damage for a total of 29.
Are you going to...
I'll put it on. If I can find you on the combat tracker here.
green and red?
And just be thankful I did not go with. Conrad has often lobbied me for the nat 1 on a save should result in crit damage. I've never employed that, so that was just the base. And then she'll proceed to run back into the smoke. But I would say the Raven would see her come out of the smoke, get attacked by Nudios, and then run back into the smoke but not see her exit. And that'll be her turn. back to Tolliver. How long is this ice staying up here? Is it a minute?
It's a minute.
Okay. So we're still up. He'll pick his daughter up and just like hold her safely in one arm as he basically then moves into her square. Just give me my son and you can go. Just leave my son. You're not getting what you wanted here. Just go. That'll be his turn. Tamerlane, left all alone at the end of the alley.
Tamerlane is not going to engage, but rather come out and just make sure that there are no like onlookers or anything. If anybody's come out of the inn.
All clear.
Cool. Then, yeah, they'll ready their bow. Tamerlane is going to stand with the rest of the group. Atlin is not. So Atlin's will trigger on any attack, but Tamerlane's will trigger on if Marquis or Atlin attack. Or
Okay.
Caradwin, because Caradwin came out of the smoke as well.
So Atlin will trigger up anybody attacking. Tamerlane
Which would
will only
inevitably
trigger up a
trigger
friendly
Tamerlane.
attacking.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else from Tamerlane?
Nope.
Marquis? You are the
Explain to
last
me
person before the merfolk take their turn, so it is up to you.
Explain to me the negatives for attacking this woman. Like, mathematically, what are my chances of killing a child?
So she basically has a human shield.
Oh, so just like +5 AC.
Yeah, and if you hit within that +5 AC,
I stab the child.
that kid takes the hit.
Interesting.
He's a really cute little boy too, so who has
He's
tears
standing there
running
with
down his eyes and tears running down the face. He is obviously scared. And what's your passive perception there, Marquis?
My passive is... My passive listed anywhere on here? No, I don't think it is. Okay, so let me pull up these. My passive is
14?
15.
15?
Yes.
Your passive perception is on the first page under senses. It just is labeled perk.
Ah, okay. Senses.
It's a 14.
Yes. Must be. I don't know where that is, but
It's right in the center of the main page of your character sheet.
Yeah, it's
Right next to where the dark vision.
ah,
reference.
yes, perk. Yeah, got you. Yes.
It's the perks of the main page.
Yeah, okay, yeah, with 14 then.
Yeah, 14 doesn't really show you much
Okay.
in this situation. Scared
In
kid.
that case, yeah. I will step back to allow them to leave. Let's move over to here. move to there. And then, like, as I sort of step back, I'll just be like, yeah, absolutely. If you join your sister, as you said, at the edge of the alleyway here, then you deposit the child with my companion. I'll point to Kerdun. Then you can absolutely leave through the alley.
Gonna give you an insight check on your whether she thinks you're being honest or not.
Okay.
So roll me a deception or persuasion.
Nothing I said in that sentence was a lie.
Yes. So persuasion then.
Yep.
He technically rolls at disadvantage because it's an ability. The skill check.
See if it goes down. She didn't roll very. Oh, she gets the first roll. It was the lower.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else from you on your turn, Marquis?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action, which is to dash after them down the alley once they've deposited the child. Once they've moved past the square they're in to the square down, and they start moving away, once the child is safe, I am running after them.
Okay. Anything from your Raven?
Once they've turned their backs, rather, they're sort of like moving away, or yeah, just when they're down the alley, I'll run after them. No, the Raven's still waiting for the. Though I could probably infer that if they're moving south, that is so. That I'll move the Raven a little bit, so over to here.
Ravens are smart. I think that's fair.
Can I move? There we go.
Did you find some crates to sit on?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Let's see. She basically keeps herself in a defensive position, so she keeps her back towards away from the two of you. Atlan, there's not much regard because you're up in the air, so can't really, unless she's going to limbo, it's not going to really work to keep her back away from you. And as she gets to the alley next to her sister, she doesn't release the kid. And keeps backing down the alley with the kid as she shifts to a dash. But as she's moving out of Herdwin's range, you technically have the right to an opportunity attack if you so choose.
Between the kid and the fact that I imagine she's holding the box with both hands right now, I'm gonna forgo right now.
Would I get a reaction as this person leaves?
You have a reaction as she leaves your range, but at that point in time, she hasn't.
No, I mean the other, the sister.
Well, yeah, we'll get to the sister in a moment. So, she gets to the... Let's see. 10, 15, 20. As she gets to the end of the alley, drops the kid. Before she exits the alley and keeps going. And then, yes, you would have a opportunity on the sister before she leaves.
Oh yeah, then I'm gonna stab her. I'm gonna stab her right up.
Okay.
I don't think I can booming blade on a reaction attack. But
No, it's just a straight melee.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
There is no one within 5 feet, so that will also proc sneak attack, which is always nice. I do 15 damage to her.
Okay.
Does that mean Atlan's triggers too? Since
Yeah.
he made an attack?
And Tamerlane's technically, but he's not.
Tamerlane can't.
He doesn't have an angle.
see. Yeah. Oh, and 10 definitely won't hit anyway.
As she moves, would it not proc my held action to run after them?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wording was turn their back to you.
No, I said it was going to be turned their back. I'm like, no, it's when they go down the...
Okay,
The thing
just
there.
when they enter the alley.
Oh. Like, when they move, like, down past the thing there.
When they moved, I think specifically you said when they moved the step back from where they were.
Okay, so then technically, yes, it would have triggered at the time they took the first 5 feet of movement to
Oh, which
go
case
into
not.
the alley before your opportunity attack.
Ah, well, in that case, I guess I was following the woman as she ran down the alley.
Yeah, 'cause she would have been here with the kid and
I'd have
chasing
followed
her. That we've been moving out of that position.
Yeah.
And then you'd still be within range when the other one goes. You would technically have had the opportunity to attack on either one.
Oh, in that case, it would have been the one holding the child, I guess. But I'm guessing that 19... Well, she'd have to turn around to run away, one would assume, with the child. Well, she was jogging backwards, holding a kid.
She's pretty skilled.
In literal kidnapping.
She beat your persuasion roll, is why she was staying very cautious with you. So, if you started
said,
chasing
nothing-
after her
nothing
when
I
she
said,
started
yeah.
backing down the alley, then she would have probably kept her back to you at that point in time. Would not have turned to run yet.
Oh, in that case, I wouldn't have made an attack. I'd have literally just been following, just like... I'd just been like, no. This wasn't the terms of the agreement. But let me be very clear. If the child takes any damage at all, both you and your sister will meet a very similar fate.
Understood. Same goes for the child.
And I'll sort of just be like, and I'll just say to is the kid like of an age where they'd be able to respond to questions?
For like 5, yeah.
That's right. I'll just be like, I'll like, though, bear this in mind to the merfolk. I'll just be like, child, have you ever seen me before? Do you know who I am? And then I'll look at the woman and just be like, now, what do you think I'm willing to risk? We lay all of our cards on the table here.
Well, into
I'll make a like a persuasion or actually I'll make a deception one because I don't want the kid to die, but I will make a deception roll with that if that would work.
okay.
So the deception roll is a 17. I'm plus 13 and I rolled a 4.
Oh my god.
Very on brand for me, actually.
Oh my god. A 20 and a 1.
You rolled. Ah, yes.
Good.
Thank you.
So, yes, with a 5, she looks like she understands that you would take the kid out if necessary. So she'll continue to go down the alley with the kid.
I'll follow up to my movement. Like,
Actually, you are at the end of your 30. Assuming you went under Atlan. No. 30 feet? 35 feet.
and my held action was a dash, so I can move more if I need to.
Are you 30 or 35?
What speed to cap though? I
35.
assume it's set on here, which is 35.
Okay. Alright, so you would be able to keep up with her all the way through. Yeah, that's kind of a tricky thing, because move is not an action. You can only hold. You can't hold a move. Dash is an
can hold a
action,
dash.
but dash gives you an extra movement speed of your movement speed, not the full dash. That would it would give you 35,
yeah.
not the 70.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll make a deal
It's
with
35
you.
feet down. I was going to say it's
If we
35
can
feet down
end
the alley,
this
right?
combat without having to go for another hour, I will let you do it.
Hey, I'm just trying to stop this lady from getting the kid, and then I was maybe going to kill them, but I guess not.
I guess. On Nidios, on their next
Yeah.
turn is definitely like bonus action again, like trying to find this person misty stepping next to them and ending their life.
Nudios is doing their own thing. It's
Nudios is
fine. They're
war
not part
criming
of this
elsewhere.
deal.
Yeah, Nudios is war criming elsewhere.
Side
Yeah.
questing.
Side questing their war crimes.
Okay. Sister moves past you. Presumably, you still attack the sister as she moves out, or are we taking back
I
that
don't need
attack?
to, like, yeah, I don't need to. If I'm following, I wouldn't be doing that.
Okay.
I'm literally just,
So we'll put the 15 back
yeah, she's back on.
Ollie, because that's just not right for you to attack Ollie. Self harm is not cool. Now I feel like we got to run the suicide hotline number at the end of this session. It's a public service announcement.
At least counterbalance a little bit.
If you or anyone you know has committed war crimes, please call this number.
All right. Yeah. She can't really do anything else. She dashed, that's her action. The first one.
She can let go of the child.
She'll drop the kid down to his feet.
Object interaction.
I'll let
Yeah.
you go once I've got the child. I'll just be. Let me see. I need a pithy one-liner as they run off. I'll say as I sort of like take the child's hand and sort of lead him, I'll sort of turn back and I'll just say, "But don't you worry, we'll see each other again a lot sooner than you'd like, but later than you'd expect. Goodbye, ladies."
As they move out of the alley and head into the other buildings, or they're heading in that direction. Bring us around to Atlan as you're watching Marquis follow these two merfolk women down to the end of the alley, and at the end of your vision, being able to see the kid is no longer in harm's way. And there wasn't the attack that you still technically still have
I
your
missed
held
it
attack.
anyway.
No, you still have it. It's held.
Atlan is going to. Can he see the end of the alleyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna go ahead and dimension door. He's just gonna go ahead and watch to make sure everything goes smoothly. He wants to go ahead and go to the end of the alley where I guess there's a reasonable T intersection, and then he's also gonna go another 40 feet up. So I get to go ahead and use the fun scroll feature on it. But yeah, he's gonna move like all the way like down here. And he's just gonna watch.
You see move into
Black
blackness
boy.
off the map.
Well, hey, if I can see the end, then it'll be there.
No, you're fine.
I'm worried about stacking tokens. I can move there to center.
Actually, it's not as bad of a problem as it used to be. If
Oh,
you click
okay.
on them, it'll
Then
give you
yeah.
the option of which one you want to select. I think it's
Oh,
part of the drop-down menu changes. So
Then yeah, Alan just wants to be able to kind of watch from up high, since I'm guessing they're probably not looking above themselves.
they're watching Marquis.
Perfect. I'm just a little guy. And that I'll take out my drum, trade out my crossbow for just a little drum, and I'll just have that kind of set beside him. But that'll be sure.
Okay. That puts us back at the top of the order. Move past the unconscious individuals. Mira's just going to go dashing down the alleyway, chasing the wife. Sorry, I'm sick of calling her the wife. She has a name. She's just going to go dashing down the...
It's 2025. Women have names. Let's go.
She's chasing after her son. Caradwin.
She's very confused. It's just gonna essentially like step forward and peek down the alleyway just to see what's going on.
Just Marquis holding a child's hand, walking back down towards you guys.
Fair enough. I should probably go check on your deals. But I already know you're gonna move the next turn, so. And there's still the smoke screen in the area.
Yeah. That whole end of the alley, from about Tolliver
And-
on, is covered in a smoke screen.
And when this lady, who I technically can't see, when she threw the thing Nudie hosted it, did we hear like the kind of mini explosion or crashing sound it made?
You'll hear him screaming as he's being burnt to a crisp.
Fair.
Oh, if that's the case, it was 5 feet, so
If that's the case.
I'm just gonna move to about here and see if she can see anybody. I think she's still in the smoke screen. And yeah, I can't use any healing if I can't see you. So I will hold my action, and when I see Nudihos, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds.
Give me a
Can I
perception
hold an
check.
action? Okay. Perception. 16.
With a 16, I would say you would notice the woman moving 5 feet away from you. Doesn't seem like Medias.
Yeah, that's fair. Do I want to use this to want to attack her, or do I want to heal Nudihos? I think I'll when I see Nudihos, I'll hold my action to use
Okay.
Cure Wounds on him.
Speaking of which, Medios.
I mean, kind of perfect that you're right there, because Dios, as soon as is the fire like done after the turn?
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Okay, so the acid and the fire is
there's
all
no
done.
persistent effect.
Nudius pats himself down, makes sure there's no residual, gives a sigh of relief, and he's pissed. He's gonna run directly the same way that he saw the woman run,
Huh?
and basically like run into her.
I will correct myself. I meant to say Balm of the Summer Court, which because Cure Wounds is a touch spell, and Balm is not. So it's like
Because you
correct.
said you would see me.
Yeah, I just need to see you. And I'll just share it. So I'll just spend all of them on you. Is it so I had 3? I'm level 6 druid. You heal that much, plus you get 3 temp HP.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you much. Yeah, this person, it's very unfortunate. It's like, the spell sites.
Yes, they all are. Very unfortunate that they came here on this day.
I mean, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to end this person, I guess. I guess we'll go with like a burning hands as they basically like bump into them. They'll take their blade and sort of like slash it on their hands. Even as the blood runs down, it'll catch a flame almost like it like they were a moment ago. And out from their hands, it's gonna cast a 4th level burning hands. Why not? It's a DC 16 dex save.
Not one.
Nice. So that's 1, 2, 3 for 4th level.
And apparently I did fix the error, so yay!
Nice. That's 17 damage. Kind of mid. But I believe that'll be it for New Dio.
Yeah, so a bit more with that. It's a really interesting move that makes things very interesting in this situation. Why don't you roll me another damage roll? Because there's a second target that's in your burning hands range. Called a building.
Oh.
Not
Okay.
Carrigan. The building. I assume you were not
Okay.
targeting your new friend, so.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I got better damage roll on the building.
So as the flames lick the back of this woman as she's running away from you. They don't seem to burn her as much as you would expect them to. But as it burns through the clothing, you're able to just see her back is like heavily scarred and scaled. Where this burn is hitting is she has some sort of protection against it, but she still takes a significant amount of damage. As you're focused on that detail, your attention just like flick of the eye to the side as your eye slits look to the building, as you notice that the building has started on fire on this corner after the burning hands hits. And I need you and Caradwin to give me a dex save.
Oh shit.
This is the craziest thing that could possibly happen in this session. I'm just throwing that out there. Oh!
What have I done?
I have taken no damage this combat, so I'm good.
Let's see.
So
What was
I
hers?
ask you, I do ask, Dustin, you stop burning my characters. The second time you've done this to me.
If you had a nickel for every time I burned your character, you would have 2 nickels. There's not
Which
a
isn't a
lot.
lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Also, just so you guys know, number 7 on the list of Geneva Convention war crimes is destruction of property. This encompasses the destruction, appropriation, or damage of property not justified by military necessity.
And also, isn't one of these buildings a Noctalis temple? I might be the
one
top
over.
one.
It's
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
to the
good.
left,
That's
it's
one
one
over. We're not
Okay.
so
Yeah.
disturbing holy sites, but for those watching the Twitch, I got my dice ready to go here. Oh, and they didn't go. I wasn't in the chat box appropriately.
Gotta do it again.
Well, there's a lot of ones. As this corner of the building just there's a moment where the building is on fire before boom, the corner of the building just explodes outward towards the two of you. And
explode.
Curdwin with the 1, you take 33 points of fire damage.
Oh. I will add it.
And take 16 Nidios.
Okay, I'm not dead.
I think that was all the healing you just got. Well, almost, because you got
Yeah.
the temp took 3 of it.
Mm-hmm.
As your blood pushed back away from the building as well as you take this damage. Some debris hits you, Curdwin, but no additional damage from that. However, with a sub 10 roll me a D6, I think should be sufficient.
Awesome.
Does
6.
does my target also experience this explosion?
That's a good point. She's gonna have to avoid or attempt to avoid getting blown up too, so. No, she got the same roll as you, so. However, that's enough hit points to take her out. As the fire damage starts her on fire. No, wait. She's got the resistance to fire damage. How much was it? 16s reduced down to 8. Oh, she is still barely up. Just enough. She's got 2 hit points left.
Oh, the consequences of my actions.
Okay, I'm gonna instead of the D6, I actually want you to roll me a D20.
Okay. I can do that.
I was taking a guess as to how many options I needed to work through here.
Got a 5.
What do you do in reaction to getting blown up?
Riddle? Because she's holding the box. I imagine she'd fall prone. Like, kind of would just stumble on her own feet and just, like, fall down.
Okay. All right. So, Nudios, any other destruction you'd like to cause on your turn?
I think I'm okay for this moment.
So that'll bring up the lovely female human and her 2 hit points. You would have an attack of opportunity.
I knew I would! Oh yeah. Sugar, we're going down swinging.
No.
I'll just say Curdwin ends up, like, blown 5 feet back as well. Prone.
Even with the 1, I think it does enough damage.
Yeah. 5 points of damage as she's still have licks of flame coming off of her clothing that's been burned significantly from the burning hands and the secondary effect of the burning hands. as you slice through the scaly backside and drop her.
I think with that, Nidios would sort of like crumple down and let their entire body just like sink onto the ground as well. As this person's like finally dead, they've experienced this explosion and they're just like exhausted now.
You Dios, give me a d20 roll.
And do 8.
Alright, I think we've done enough there. As she drops to the ground, you hear breaking of glass as she lands on her pouch, and just smoke starts going out in all directions as another smoke bomb goes off. You were one off. If you'd hit the first one, it was a firebomb. And we were gonna blow shit up one more time. So.
I actually did, I think.
Alright, with one more combatant down, the two sisters are the only ones left. Are you still carrying around the chest, or did you leave the chest on the ground?
So I feel like her, when like carrying it, she like stumbled back, and like that's part of why she fell. Is it's essentially sitting on top of her with her hand still on the handles. She's like a little dazed.
Alright, if you're gonna... I like that description. You're gonna take an extra 3 points of bludgeoning damage there.
Cool.
That's the 60-pound chest drops on you. Inadvertently.
Yeah.
Tolliver, with his daughter in tow, is kind of gonna go straddle the corner here as he's watching his wife and son down at the end, while also keeping an eye on the chest, which will be the extent of his turn. Bringing us around to Tamerlane.
Yeah, Tamerlane saw the two sisters and the child like move off, so is going to go ahead and...
He also would have saw the building explode down at the end of the alleyway too.
Yeah. You can go ahead and move 40 and just stay out on the road with a prepped bow in case they run his way. So ready action if he sees the sisters, he'll go ahead and fire off.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be his turn.
Marquis?
Alright. I guess I just walk the... Well, I as an object interaction, I hand the child back to the child's mother.
Okay. And no, we are not endorsing children as objects just for tonight. It's just for the simplicity of things.
It's just for the action economy. It's just
Yes.
for the action economy.
We make them
Then-
objects for the economy.
What? I'm not going to say anything because stream, so we will just continue on. This is, and then I will walk back up to here. Intent on finding out what happened. And I will use my... I'll use my bonus action to dash. After seeing these people on the ground, I'll move up to here, and then I'll try and take the chest off Godwin's chest.
Thank you.
As you say thank you, I need a dex save from Marquis.
Okay. Oh, because I ran over the ice again.
Huh?
Is it because I went over the ice again?
No.
Oh, okay.
You technically, we'll say the ice is fine. We don't need any more complications here. This dex save is in relation to being told thank you.
Okay.
We get to see what her d20 roll got us. So, as you go and you take the chest,
24.
and she goes to say thank you, she breathes fire out of her mouth that you just duck behind the chest as the chest takes the brunt of it.
I was like, what on earth was that for? Good grief.
He's just like shrugging, just like, I don't know what to do with this information.
I'll just set the, I'll like pick the chest up and then I guess sort of set it down next to me, and then I'll adopt a Captain Morgan-esque pose where I stand with my foot on top of it. Because true swashbuckling takes many forms.
Herdwin, you want to give me a 2d6 roll?
Sure, I would love that.
It is presumed that you absorbed a little bit of a potion of fire breath once that building exploded. A little bit less effective absorbed through the skin than it is consumed.
Fair.
So the 4 points of damage don't do anything to the chest.
Gotcha, okay.
All right. Are we effectively out of combat at this point in time, folks? I need a clarification on that. Looking at you, Dios.
I'm out of combat. Please. I can't take it
Burn,
anymore.
he can burn down this town out of initiative order. It's fine.
It's the thrill, fear, whatever you want to call combat, comes to an end. You just left. The rain quickly puts out the fire of the exploded building. Soothes a little bit of that fire damage that you took there, Nudios and Caradwin. And you're left with 3 dead bodies, 1 on a rooftop, 2 in the alley. 4 dead bodies that anybody's guess how they got here, where they came from. And 2 merfolk sisters that have left, but you are all upright and for the most part not too terribly damaged. Okay, one of you is pretty badly damaged, but the rest of you are okay.
When Krudwin gets back to her, he's just gonna like step away from the others for a second and see if she's still breathing fire and try to get that out of her system without facing anybody.
It happens one more time, but
Ugh.
taking precautions, you don't cause any damage to anything. Feel like you got it cleared.
Furnace fucks me over once again.
But the fire hearts cringe.
Okay, just for clarification, me keeping my notes accurately. Who put the end shot on the rug? I think that was Marquis as well, correct?
That was Marquis. Marquis got the assassin lady and the rug.
Yes.
Nudihos got the alchemist, I guess, and technically the 2 merfolk lived. For how long,
Yeah.
we don't know.
All right, you're left standing in the rain.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'm literally standing there with my foot on the box. I'm just like, can somebody explain what it is that was actually happening out here? I just sort of came outside and you guys were involved in some sort of standoff with these charming folks.
Oh, okay. So apparently that guy over there, he was hired to get this box, but then he decided to steal it and put his entire family at risk. Then the rest of those guys came to try to kill him to get the box back because he was refusing to give them the box. So then Nudihos decided he wanted the box. So now all those people are dead, the family is alive, and we have the box.
That's certainly a
But
good
pretty
summation.
much, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Oh my god, we have the box. Yes, we have the box. Oh my god. We have the box. What is in the damn box?
What is so important about this box?
I don't know.
I'd say that towards Tolliver, who I assume is he still standing there, or is he
Yeah, he's
gone down the alley?
reunited. His wife's come back up with the son, and they've reunited and they're kind of joined. He backed up the statement that was a pretty accurate representation of what happened.
Yeah. I turn to him and I'm just like, what is in this box that's causing you so much trouble?
First off, I want to thank you for what you did, help my family. Second, you're probably better off not knowing what's in the box.
I'm going to be completely honest with you,
After
sir.
everything.
We need to get it to a safe place.
So they're going to open this box. You will.
I cannot stress enough why you should not open the box. If you open that box, we'll all die.
Atlan will fly over. He'll go ahead and take out the little rod that he has, and he'll just press the button with it on top of the chest, and then take a seat on top of it.
You'll
Roll me
see
D6.
the raven. I would say you'll see the raven fly back, and then you won't see him fly back. He'll just turn visible on Marquis' shoulder, holding a very similar rod to what Atlan is using.
Atlan, as you
Also,
activate the rod on top of this chest, the chest goes and emits just a poof of fog comes out from it.
I can do that too, and he just casts Druidcraft to make like a little cloud of like skunk smoke.
Roll me another d6.
Okay.
also, Nudios, you get 13 points of healing back.
Oh bless. You
It
are
counts with 3rd level cure wounds.
an angel.
4. Oof, roll me a d100. You may end the this mini campaign right here and now. Safe. We're safe. It's all good.
Yeah. Alan's gonna sit on top of it and just pat the top of the chest. I like you. You got jokes. I like you a lot.
You might just end this campaign right now.
I
5%
continue talking
chance.
to Tolliver. I continue talking to Tolliver, and I'm just like, you need to be very specific about what is in this chest right now. Bear in mind that we just saved you and your family's lives, and what I would very much enjoy is just accurate information.
I mean no disrespect. I'm not trying to keep things from you. I don't know what exactly it is. All I know is that it is very powerful, and that everybody that helped me in obtaining it is dead because of it. And not just because they got caught in the wrong place, the wrong time, and something killed them. It killed them. And I'm trying to get it to the repository.
Do we know about this repository?
Give me a Arcana check.
Is anybody allowed to make that check?
If
Yeah,
you're
we all
proficient
check
in
paper.
Arcana, you can.
Oh, I can only
Yeah.
half make the check. I'm sorry.
That could have been
17, yes, you would succeed, and you would be familiar with the Far Cloud arcane artifact repository.
So my friend tell me this. You are taking this to Far Cloud to understand what it is? Is that what I'm getting at?
No, I am delivering it to an agent from the repository who is to meet me in Silverdeep. I want this thing gone, but I don't want it to fall into the hands of Lord Ravenwood and his goons that you thankfully dispatched. There's nothing good he will do with it.
I would probably say that those goons, as you so charmingly put it, are probably on their way back to this Lord Ravenwood. And to let them know that they did in fact fail, which means that there will be more people coming after this box. So I truly hope you have a fast horse.
So, he looks around and looks at the other 4 bodies. That was my guard detail, up until 20 minutes ago. I hate to ask, but don't imagine I could make a plea for you 5 individuals to possibly aid me in getting to Silverdeep. I'd compensate you. Yes?
So, if I'm understanding correctly, then Lord Ravenwood was the one who went ahead and took all of them out, or was it the fact that the farting box got to him and took them all out? I need to understand. I mean, I like the box, but I don't know if I want to be around it too much with all of its arcane flatulence.
Despite all of the death and destruction that has gone on in this alleyway, he still has a little bit of a smirk to the farting box comment. For no, Lord Ravenwood was my employer. That's who hired me to go get this thing. Retrieve it from a tomb. Central Averia got it. My agents, once they came back with it, started to drop dead. I nearly lost my own life getting it contained in this box. And made a pledge that I would do everything in my power to get it someplace safe. Away from Lord Ravenwood.
Including putting your entire family in danger from by Lord Ravenwood's agents, so that they get caught in the crossfire of them trying to get to this box. Is that included in everything in your power?
I made a conscious choice to try and save everyone at the risk of losing my family, because if he gets this, my family would be dead anyway.
Has his wife made it back by now?
And she actually puts her hand on his shoulder in response to this statement, and that appears to agree.
Wow, your love runs quite deep.
The way he explained it, we'd be killed if we turned it over. Once Ravenwood turned it on us.
Oh, I didn't finish my statement. I said your love must run deep, or you must just be stupidly gullible. He's kicking his feet from the top of the chest.
She just gives you a scowl.
I mean, if it's true what you're saying, that whatever is in there kills people, but she's gonna glance over at the dead body of the person that Marquis killed. I guess I can help get it to Silverdeep. I don't really have much better to do.
Do I know who Lord Ravenwood is? Given my background and such, what I've heard
I'm trying to think of what check to have you roll.
Yeah.
I think you could roll. You could run an Arcana or a History. You don't have to have proficiency. You could roll whichever one is best suited for you.
I'll roll history. I don't remember anything. That's okay.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Nice. What is it that Lord Ravenwood does?
Doesn't really do much of anything anymore. Collects baubles. That's all I thought I was getting was a freaking bauble. That's all he's ever hired me to get before. Inanimate artifacts. Things to decorate his pretty little mansion.
So, indolent rich, then. And you're saying that there's a high possibility that either the box will kill us, or Ravenwood will send more people to try and kill you. Is that right?
Well, he'll undoubtedly continue to try. And he'll probably succeed at some point, without some assistance.
So what you're
friend,
telling me?
tell me something. You've seen this box reportedly kill your friends and others of the like. Can you tell me how? What has happened beforehand to negotiate such events?
I don't know if I could tell you how. I'm not really a
What did they
master
do?
of anything arcane.
Well,
I watched
did
them
somebody-
have the life. It basically looked like the life sucked out of their bodies. The aether absorbed from their bodies, leaving them as shells. That is, except for Randolph. Randolph, who cut off his own hand and attempted to attach this thing to his bone body. He thankfully was able to lure him into a trap as we escaped the tomb. Only wish the damn thing would have been left in the tomb with him.
So you know what's inside of this box. So obviously the next question is we have to go ahead and play a little bit of a game to figure out what exactly it is. If he put it on his hand, I'm thinking it's probably some sort of hook or device like that.
It's
Do
a
you want to
hand.
try to guess?
It looks like a hand or a glove or a gauntlet.
So I've heard of an eye for an eye, but I've never heard of a hand for a hand. That's a little silly, don't you think?
So he cut off his hand to put the glove on the stump.
Yes. And this thing started to attach itself to him. I don't understand it. I don't know all this arcane stuff. Some of you guys are flipping around with magical abilities. You probably get it better than I do.
So let me just make sure that I surmise this real quick. You need this thing gone so badly you're willing to ride into certain danger to make sure it is put somewhere safe. And you have a gesture to his wife and his kid, just like, even though your family, you have a family, you're willing to risk this in order to take this somewhere where it's safe. It's that dangerous.
What I set out to do?
I'll turn and look at the raven. Will let out a loud paw. I'll just be like, yes, you're quite right. I will take this for you. You don't have to go. I'm happy to take this item for you and take it there. You seem like the kind of sort who, if it's that important to you, you have people to live for, people to provide for. Allow me, I'll sort of like bow, like flourish, take that hat off, sort of pound it. Allow me to take this in your stead.
That's all well and good, but I still need to flee. Get out of this place. Ravenwood will have my head one way or the other.
Yes, but I
My
imagine
hope was to
Ravenwood was trying.
make the trade, provide the item to the representative from the repository, and he was going to secure safe passage for me and my family to Valmar.
I mean, without having to lug this with you, you'll be able to just head off in that direction anyway. They're probably expecting you to go to Silverdeep. So, if you go a different direction, then they're not going to follow you.
There's not really a whole lot of other directions to go. I don't know how familiar you are with this territory. Good a time as any to show a map. So, looking at this here map, let me share that across. We're in Moonstream. If we point up to this location here on the map, the nearest port city is Silverdeep. So, there's not a whole lot of opportunities to go elsewhere other than to hide in the mountains. Unfortunately, that is the situation where it is.
I ask
I don't
you
see
this.
why hiding in the mountains isn't an option.
You know, allow me to ask you this. How did they find you this time?
Honestly, I don't know.
Do you think they're tracking the item or you?
Is that possible? Is it that, can you track a arcane item like that?
I imagine so. And I'll look at Atlan, who has proved himself to be a lot more magical than me, and just be like, that does seem like something that's possible, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I can do it right now, if you need me to. And he'll kind of like put out his hands.
So would you like to travel with the item that he's looking for, or separate? Maybe you can go inside to the inn and tell a tale of how a dashing swordsman took this chest from him. That would be me, in case you're looking for more descriptive words. I'll also accept flashy, debonair.
I mean, I don't see where staying here in Moonstream is a valid option since two of them just left. I know exactly what town we're in. Gonna have to go somewhere. Only place to go from here is to cross, either to double back and start heading back towards Kalmar, or to head and complete the trip into Tuluria, and really there's no towns between here and Silverdeep that are sizable
Lance,
enough
man,
to provide any cover.
Do you want to die? Do you want to die, man? Is that what you're trying to do?
We are.
I'm offering to take. We are offering. I'll point to Curtin. We are offering to take this. Or at least I'm offering, and I know you offered to help. And I apologize if I'm overextending the offer that you did originally make.
Oh no! I think you're getting, an arcane artifact that tries to like kill people. It's probably in line, like to get it somewhere safe is in line with something I would do.
Yeah, offering to do this to help you with the wife and the children that I can see literally here. Sir, there is a saying about, and I'll briefly look at Tamerlane, and I'll just be like, it's about looking something in the mouth. Alright?
Oh, a gift badger.
Yes. The well-renowned gift badger. Never look a gift badger in the mouth, it'll eat you. I don't know what reference that has to right now.
Alan's
Alright,
gonna look
I
over
didn't...
it.
So there might be a complication with separating at this point. The object seems to have. Well, let's just put it this way. My bodyguards were originally hired to do just what you're offering. But once they got, maybe about a mile away from where we were hiding, my son started to die.
What?
Much the same way as the rest of my party did. He's somehow, I don't know how, but he's somehow become attached to the artifact through some sort of. He's bound to it in some way.
Honestly, something you could have mentioned earlier.
You really
the
fucked up.
You really buried the lead there. So. Right, well in that case, I guess we're going.
Yes.
It's
Guess we're
cursed.
going to Silverdeep.
Yeah, I guess we're going to Silverdeep.
Should I
Sorry.
remove
We
the
are.
curse?
It's just trying to get an idea. We're trying to help and realize that it was a lot worse than you had originally stated when you didn't tell us any of this.
It's all right. Should I remove the curse?
What's that? Say that again.
I said, should I remove the curse?
We tried that. Didn't
Oh.
take. It's the mage we met with said it was something. It wasn't a curse per se. More. He's like somewhat. The word he used was attuned to the item.
Well, yes. Usually you can become close with an object and have different effects appear. But usually you can unattune to things as well.
But a little bit difficult with a 5-year-old.
I can imagine for a 5-year-old, a flatulent box would probably be up there with the greatest gift he could ever receive.
The narrative potential that your entire family has honestly makes it worth it. I'll go ahead and follow along too. I can't wait to hear more stories about maybe something that happened to your other kid too. And we'll point over towards his daughter.
She kind of smiles at getting some attention directed towards her. I suppose you're all probably exhausted, but it would probably be best that we get moving, get as much of a lead on them.
Oh yes, very much so.
Do you need anything, any supplies or anything like that? I can quickly work with Daxton to get whatever we need.
I was really hoping to sleep in bed for the first time.
And the
I mean,
longer we
it's-
stay here, the more likely they are to come back. So I guess we need
I mean,
food. I could do with food for my horse, certainly. Like good food though. He's very picky.
Anything you want. Greatly appreciate the help, the assist. Get you anything you want. You want some bottles of whiskey for the road?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, so that does sound good.
And probably some food for us. Though I'm not bad at finding edible plants and berries.
Well, if
Give us
nothing
some of that
else, while I gather up supplies, maybe we get out of this dreadful rain. Dry off quick. Maybe he's got some uh, raincoats of some sort. If we're going to be traveling in this miserable mess.
Let's grab a couple of that old Hollows brandy if you can.
Just anything in particular you want, just let me know. I'll cover all the charges.
Sounds good.
Food. Just some extra rations for the road.
All right, so you all make your way inside, out of the rain, into someplace dry. Make preparations, gathering up anything that you'd already stashed in your rooms to get your gear put back together. And within a half hour, everything's packed up and ready to go. Tolliver and his family have a wagon with 2 horses that they offer to load the chest onto and board it themselves, and you all having your own mounts of whatever sort set off into the rain.
Yeah, and I will let you guys know. Caradwin doesn't have a horse. She has a broom of flying.
I
Might
have a
need to get
fancy
some
dancing
windshield
horse.
wipers, flying a little bit too fast in the rain.
Alan has a horse where its mane, like the top part of it, is just consistently depressed because he doesn't sit on the back of the horse; he sits on the head of the horse.
I love Atlan.
All right, as you set off into the stormy night, that is where we'll end things for this week.
I get the classic one-liner that finishes off. I think as we sort of turn and I look at the chest on there, I turn to whomsoever is riding next to me. I just said, well, I've always been one to play the hand you're dealt.
Very nice, very nice.
Roll D100, 5% chance that you're in the campaign.
95% chance.
All right. Yeah, that will close things out for this week. We're going to do our post-game stuff here in a moment. For those of you watching the VOD, though, this is where we will part ways with you. But those that are still in the chat, we were going to do our post-game, and we're kind of sitting at a pretty decent viewer count. We might look for a raid to somewhere. If people want to stick around and join in on that, that would be awesome. So, to VOD viewers, have a good night.
Goodbye. So long.